Just because it's different.
Hello, welcome to the Adventure Corner. I was just saying to Unsecret Crush that this all feels weird.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I said a word immediately as soon as you pushed the button.
That's fine. I'm Robot Spacer, and everything's weird, but that's fine. We'll get through it. It's no big deal.
Like, it's because it's a different tech setup? Is that part of the problem?
It's a combination of, especially since we turned off the overhead light, this feels more like a Spooky Tuesday night. And then, I realized earlier that, my normal weekend stream doesn't feel like Friday night vibes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's just, I overthink everything, so... But it's fine. We'll get into Friday night vibes. Honestly, a lot of it is frustrating work week and continued to be frustrating until just a couple hours ago. And then I decided, that's it. Work week's done. It's the weekend now. And then it took me time to adjust. But I'm weekend ready now. Let's go.
Weekend mode engage.
This is Unsecret Crush,
Hello.
if I didn't already say that. And we're going to play the Tachyon Dreams trilogy by Cosmic Void. Hello, Slat Studio, Mousimus, Culinary Disaster, 6-7. Great to see you all. Spooky Friday. Oh, 2 spooky days in 1 week? I don't know if we can handle that. I might get scared. Thanks for that shout out. Speaking of shout outs, I've been thinking I really need to set something up so I can give shout outs to game developers in the chat that don't really stream that much. For example, Slat Studio and Mousimus. I will do that eventually, but perhaps if you click through to their profiles, they've got some links to their stuff on there. Mousimus has done a variety of things, including a 3D version of the game Enclosure, which is also like a early Sierra AGI style game, but in 3D, which is really neat. I hope to check that out on stream at some point. Slat Studio is working on the second Betrayed Alliance game, and also a revamp of the first game, which I am very excited to check out. The new art for the original game looks so good that I've decided I'm gonna hold off and wait until that's all done and check it out at that point. But it looks fantastic. Edenwaith, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So, Tachyon Dreams. Like I said, it's a trilogy of games by Cosmic Void. They're all on the shorter side. They're all available on itch. Let me press this button. You can either download them for free or name your own price. The listings say they're, I don't know, in the range of 30 minutes to an hour each. I'm curious how long it will take me to play through them. I tend to be a little slower, especially when I'm streaming. But we'll see if we can get through them all. If not, we'll finish up next week. They're all available for Windows. They are text parser games that are very much inspired by the Space Quest series. So we also have sci-fi humor kind of style to them. There's apparently time travel in them. You play as a dishwasher, the person, not the machine. And we start out on board a space station, as you can see in the screenshot here. So let me read the description from the itch page for the first game. The first one was released in October 2021. And the most recent one was just released last month in January. Your Dodger, a dishwasher, a person, not a machine, onboard space station Penrose, where temporal experiments are being conducted. One of them is about to go very wrong. Only you can save the fate of the timeline itself with your, stellar dishwashing skills and all that. Tachyon Dreams 1, The Radiant Fish of the Apocalypse, is the first chapter in what I hope will be a series of humorous text parser games with EGA graphics that will look and feel very much like mid to late 80s adventure games by Sierra. Think early Space Quest games. Think AGI. Each chapter is going to be pretty short, perhaps 30 to 45 minutes of gameplay, but with your support, if you enjoy the games and choose to donate and support me, they can become bigger and be released more frequently. So, they do have quite imaginative titles. Did I read the full title?
I don't know that you did.
I think it came up in there. The Radiant Fish of the Apocalypse is the one we're playing first. The second game is subtitled The Bloated Can of Space Root Beer. And the third and final game in the trilogy is subtitled The Rancid Buttermilk from Andromeda. Eden Waite said, I played the first two of this series, was hoping to get to it last Sunday, but ran out of time playing other games. 6-7 says, I hope you can ponder Orb in this one. I wonder. The second title makes me desire some Henry Weinhard's root beer. Interesting. I don't think I've ever had that, but it sounds... Any root beer sounds pretty great. Like, that sounds like it's probably a real good root beer, which sounds fantastic.
It sounds like an artisanal root beer.
Yeah.
Small batch root beer.
All right, so I think we're just gonna get on into it here. I have been wondering if I should draw maps of these. I'm kind of thinking about it again right now. I'll grab a piece of paper. I think I've got some in here. Found more in the western U.S. Cosmic Void, hello. Great to see you. I'm excited to play your game. I'm just finding some paper because I wasn't sure if I might want to make a map. Oh no, am I out of blank paper again? Why does this keep happening to me? It's almost like I draw too many maps or something. I thought for sure there was some in here. It's mixed up in here, maybe. Ah, there it is. Okay.
Whew. One day the printer's going to run out of paper, though, and then we're going to have to figure out where paper actually comes from.
It comes from, like, Staples or whatever.
A Cosmic Void is here.
Yes.
Hello. You probably said it already.
I did.
I was deep in my spreadsheet.
Yes. Unsecret Crush is making a Genshin Impact spreadsheet.
I'm prepping,
it's for a pizza party.
I'm prepping for
I will not explain further.
I'm prepping for a very important presentation.
Yes. I am not going to redraw all the screens. I think I'm going to try to keep this fairly simple since we have 3 entire games to get through. So we'll just draw some little rectangles here. Okay, I'll draw a little bit of detail. There. Now let's label that start. Okay. Eden Waith asked, did you finish off Manhunter 2 on Tuesday? I headed off to bed before you wrapped up for the night. That was a wise choice, frankly. I did not finish the game. I tried so hard. I did eventually make it through. I don't know how to briefly summarize the puzzle where you're you have a cutaway map view towards the end. I finally figured out that, and I also figured out that I was making it way harder than it needed to be. Probably because I stayed up too late playing a video game and was way overthinking it. Also, the rules of that puzzle were not very clear, and I misunderstood a thing at one point, and that made it very hard. But I eventually got through that, and then I should have foreseen this, or at least asked someone in chat how much game was left. But there was an even harder gameplay segment after that. I tried really hard to get through it, but eventually eventually I got a system crash again, and I was like, this is going to take me at least another hour, so I should probably just call it quits. So I will finish that up next week. And the great news about that is I probably shouldn't say this, but I assume I'll be able to finish it with plenty of time in the stream left, which means I can go through with my original plan of playing another Cosmic Void game elsewhere in the night afterward. So that's the plan for Tuesday night. I will at the very least finish Manhunter 2 on Tuesday. That's a promise. I'm missing lots of chat here. I have a weird setup when I play Windows games. I have 2 keyboards and 2 mouses right now. So I have to switch mouses when I want to like scroll up in the chat. It's all very confusing and overcomplicated.
Did you ever say why you have 2 keyboards and 2 mouses?
This setup allows me to do the streaming from the Mac, which everything's all set up on there, so that greatly simplifies things.
You're literally dual wielding computers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also a more powerful computer that is more capable of doing all the streaming stuff all at once. 6-7. I'll be able to finish it with time. Famous last words, indeed. If you need any hints, I'm your man. Good to know. I will certainly let you know. Edenway says, once I got to Alcatraz Island, it took about 60 to 90 minutes to complete the game. Wow. It took me quite a bit of time after that, and I'm still not done. But like I said, I made that one puzzle way, way overcomplicated. I didn't realize I could move multiple groups of things into one location. I thought they all had to be separated because I tried to double them up at one point and got a ending that didn't explain what I did wrong. All I knew is I died, so whatever I did I couldn't do, right? So I just made the wrong assumption about exactly what I did. It was not allowed. Now you just need 6 hands. Exactly. All right. I was trying to find my mouse pointer, but we don't have that here. So I'm going to restart so we can check out the full intro. And I also noticed we get a fun little transition here. That's very cool. Tachyon Dreams, the Radiant Fish of the Apocalypse by Cosmic Void. The construction of Space Station Penrose has ushered in a new dawn for humankind. Time dilation manipulation has introduced faster-than-light space travel. Star system was colonized, and it seemed the children of Terra would soon conquer the void. You, Dodger, are a proud member of the staff. As the only dishwasher on board, your work has proven most indispensable. The sound of explosion wakes you from your little yet much-needed nap. Your first thought is you're responsible. Did you leave the pressure cooker lid in the dishwasher again? It must be Tuesday. When will you learn? This time you've really done it, judging by the violent reverberations pulsing through the metal walls. Some people wait their whole life to muck up this bad. You swiftly make your way to the dishwasher room, but find it surprisingly unscorched. What's even more surprising is you haven't run into anyone on your way here. The ship seems deserted. Just where is everyone? Leaving the dishwasher room, you find all the doors are shut. As part of an emergency protocol, you make your way down the hall to the only door that's remained opened. And here we are. Funny how the plural of mouse is mice, but the plural of house is not heis. I'm a strong believer of computer mouses are not rodents, so I prefer mouses for multiple computer mouses. But I know I'm in the minority there, and I won't yell at anyone for disagreeing. All right, so let's check out this room here. Can we look? You're in the main control room of the Penrose Interstellar Space Station. PISS, for short. We're off to a great start here. I love it. Your very low clearance level never permitted you access, but who's going to shoo you out now? The central console is situated in the middle of the room. The screen is currently turned off. Thank you for the piss emotes. That had a very, I hesitate to complete this sentence, but I've had a very piss-filled week of streams this week.
Piss has been a recurring theme, you could say.
Let's see. Look screen. Oops, that's not right. Look screen. Screen is currently turned off. Look console. Only the main console is of interest to you. It boasts a large number of buttons, but it's the red one that really grabs your attention. Oh, I see it. What is this thing? Look closet? You may know what closet means, but this 4 kilobyte parsing processor doesn't. Look cabinet. Maybe I shouldn't worry about it. Let's push a button. Can I sit down? Sit in chair. Chain. Sit in chair. There we go. You've always wanted to sit in the big chair. Be the big man for a change, but now is clearly not the time to sit around. Okay, fine. Look button. There are many buttons, more than you can count, but it's the big red one in the main console that you find exceptionally interesting. Okay. Should I just push it? You press the big red button, and a sharp electrical zap momentarily fries your auditory nerves. Something is very wrong with the station's electronics. Uh-oh. The main screen turns on. The station's AI, Audrey, appears. Nice. I could detect one life form still on the station just before my subroutines went offline, she says. I hoped it would be someone competent. You'll have to do. Ouch. Just where's everyone, you say? It's not a question of where, but when. An experiment to study the super future has gone very wrong. The super future? Yeah, exactly. The super future, you ask. Audrey rolls her eyes. You think it makes her look cute. The super future is an imaginary curvature which bends causality, attracting it to dip in a certain direction. Right, of course. I knew that, you say. Audrey carries on. A temporal anomaly which has manifested itself in 2 separate timestamps may be the culprit. You must investigate before it engulfs our entire world. What should I do, you ask? I'm teleporting into your pockets 2 items. Nice. One is a remote, which you can use to move in time and investigate the 2 timestamps in question. Does it mean I'll get to travel in time? Indeed it does. Operating the remote is easy. You just need to use the remote. Okay, I think I can remember that. The other item is a computer. You can use it to communicate with me in case you find something that strikes you as anomalous. Got it, you say. In the presence of an anomaly, I'll use the computer for input from you. Now I gotta remember 2 things, so I need to write it down. Use remote. Use computer. I'm pretty sure I can remember the verb, but I do want to write these down just as a reminder that, maybe those are things I should try if I get stuck. That's right, Audrey says. The first timestamp will take you 300 million years in the past. The second timestamp will take you 85 years into the future. Whenever you're ready, use your remote. I've taken the liberty to set your first destination to the past. Godspeed. Exciting. The word closet was only added to the vocabulary in Tachyon Dreams 3. Well, I'm excited to check out the fine closets in Tachyon Dreams 3 when we get there. Hey, Mike Clam, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Is it Dodger or Rodney Dangerfield? Either way, he gets no respect. Yunwei says, that is the Sierra way. Disparage the main character. Exactly. All right. I'm gonna... Oh, okay. So is this where I work? The dishwashing room. You spent more time in this room than any other room in this station or otherwise. It's home. You know it more intimately than you do your own bed. Yikes. That seems bad. Let's label things here. Console, dishwasher. Other than the main control room, this is the only other room accessible to you after the emergency doors have sealed. Thankfully, the fan is still functional. That's interesting. Look fan. The fan is spinning very fast. Its blades are particularly sharp. You know, after that last finger incident. You still miss that pinky. That's rough. Welcome, Shadan. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Look, dishwasher? The dishwasher. You spent countless hours operating this machinery. You know all there is to know about dishwashing, but nothing at all about any other subject. You can place stuff in the big sink and wash them until they are squeaky clean. Use dishwasher. You'd love to, but there are no dishes to wash. Terribly unfortunate. Okay, so we got our computer and remote in our pockets. A handheld computer. You can use it to communicate with Audrey. A remote. You use it to time travel instead of changing channels on the TV. Fancy. I feel like we should probably just go ahead and use the remote. You press a button to confirm your temporal destination, and within seconds, you feel every atom of your being ripped away. Lovely. You smile to yourself as you realize the sensation is rather pleasant, akin to a tickling. A moment later, you reassemble. Ooh, nice.
It's a lovely screen.
Yeah. Oh, we got a point. You're in a densely wooded area. Bushes thick with berries surround you. To the east, you see a clearing. All right. So I guess we'll label this present day. I'm just going to go ahead and use a new sheet of paper for each time period. That seems easiest. This is, what, 300 million years in the past or something? I've titled that with a question mark. Okay. Look tree. An imposing tree shades this part of the woods. The sound of insects ticks from its crevices. Oh, neat. I wanted to look at the tree, though. Look in tree. Take insects. Surely you jest. You're on a space adventure. You have no interest in random forest insects. Okay, fine. You're in a densely wooded area. Bushes thick with berries surround you. You notice a large statue and a couple of rocks, the larger of which has a red painting on its side. Interesting. Oh, I see. I have not played Space Quest 2 in a long time. I don't remember rubbing berries on yourself. This happens every time. I start out thinking, oh, I'll just label the rooms with text, and then I start doing little thumbnails, and then it's hard to keep them simple. but I'll do my best. Also, sorry I keep banging the microphone.
Microphone knows what it did.
Okay. Let's check out this statue. Is a large...
Sorry, has there been any sound?
Yeah, we had some music at the beginning.
Okay.
And we also had a little sound effect. I forget what caused the sound effect.
Okay, I couldn't remember hearing anything, and it has been a while since anything made a sound, I suppose.
I think everything's fine.
Okay.
Thank you for the compliment on my mapping skills. A large statue of a woman meditating sits in the middle of the clearing. Now, who could have made it 300 million years into the past? I was also wondering this. I'm trying to remember if we were ever given a date for, like, the present day. But I guess my assumption with any sci-fi where I'm not given a lot of information is that it's, you know, some reasonable number of years in the future. Like, I don't know, 50 to 500 years in the future, perhaps. There's more than meets the eye about this jungle, or this year, whichever year it really is. Ooh, we're casting doubt on what year it is. Fascinating. Let's look at this painting on the rock. Look, rock. There are two rocks in the clearing. There's a painting in red on the larger one, which strikes you as odd. Hasn't Audrey said you were going 300 million years into the past? Just who could have drawn it? Either Audrey's got the year wrong, or there's something else at play. Oh no, have we maybe been sent to the wrong time, I wonder? Look, painting. There's a painting in red color on the larger rock. Remind you of a man spreading his hands. Or birds. You can't say for certain. Just who made it? I'm gonna draw my little interpretation of this. Look rock. Okay. Look small rock. Okay. Just feeling out the parser here. Okay, this can't be 300 million years ago, right?
No.
So what is that? That's a very cool mushroom. An immense gilled mushroom grows in the middle of the clearing, dwarfed only by the massive boulder next to it. A metal door is installed on the side of the boulder, from which wires extend to what you surmise is a sort of power generator. Okay. You also spot lying on the ground what appears to be a lead case. I assume that's this little thing. Take case. A lovely little points jingle. You pick up the lead case and carry it with you. You never know when you'll need to store hazardous material inside. I'm always saying that. Let's look at this mushroom. Look, mushroom. Well, you have never laid eyes on a mushroom this massive. Its corrugated, deep, pomegranate bluish skin would repulse you if you weren't hypnotized by its sheer dimensions. You wonder if it tastes good in a soup. Let's check out the door first. The metal door is closed. There's a red button on it. You know, okay, we do have saving. Let's save.
This is a very white screen.
Okay. A poisonous case. Look generator. This thing, whatever it is, whirs ever so quietly. You examine it closely, but find no buttons or levers. Let's push this button. Wow. Third try is a charm. Nope. Fourth. Fifth? Nothing happens. Okay. Wow, that was rather disappointing. It was. So I guess I need to maybe power up the generator somehow before I can open the door.
Can you do that with a lead case somehow?
It looks like this is as far right as I can go. All that typing and pushing the button doesn't do anything. Terrible. Can I take these berries? Take berries. Oh! Most of the berries are shriveled and a strange color. Finally, you find one that's ripe and plump. It's the size of a mango.
A big berry.
You pluck the berry and shove it in your pocket. A strange sensation of déjà vu washes over you. You're pretty certain you've done this before.
Intriguing.
Indeed. Let's take a look at our new items. A small lead case to keep stuff in. A berry you picked up 300 million years ago. It's got a very tough skin. I guess Dodger can't swim.
Cosmic Void says, you have, in another game, a Space Quest game.
I was wondering if that was the joke or not. There's an old tree stump and a root in the lake. You don't fancy exploring them. Okay. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. I looked at the vine up there. Okay, and this is the far left edge. Okay. So let's see what Audrey has to say about all this. You call Audrey using your computer. So how's the distant past, she asks. It's very green, you reply. Your computer's sensors detect an abundance of microalgae near you, Audrey says. If you are near a body of water, that might explain it. Does it mean the water is poisonous? No, but they probably smell bad. Keep searching for anomalies. I'm trying to decide if I should... what I should try doing here. Let's save. I just thought of a thing I could do, but it sounds possibly dangerous. Let's eat my berry. You take a bite of the berry and wince in pain.
Uh-oh.
Ouch! Its skin is as hard as a rock. Luckily, you haven't chipped your teeth. Okay. So, was not a good idea in the end, but it doesn't seem to have hurt us in any way.
A non-fatal berry.
Yes. Put berry in generator. This is run on berry rocks. Your request puzzles me. Okay. Turn on generator. Pardon? Use generator. Pardon? Okay. Let's try using the remote to see where else we can go, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm just overlooking something here, but... Oh, okay, so now we can choose. So we can go back to the present, or we can go to the future, 85 years into the future. I think we'll do that. Here you go again. Oh. Is this person okay?
I'm sure they're fine.
Wow, the future is bleak. So this is what a nuclear winter looks like, eh? Nuclear winter sucks. In front of you, a man is warming himself over a burning drum, seemingly unfazed at the dead body just several feet from him, rotting in the snow. You also notice a chimney almost completely covered by snow and a snowman. Okay, so this guy's super dead. Search body. Rifling through the dead man's pockets, you find a jar cover. It's chipped and seemingly without much use, but you take it anyway. If Laura Bow taught me anything, it's to always search a dead body. You might find something important. Looking up, you see the man by the fire staring down at you disapprovingly. You smile at him foolishly, then quickly step away from the body. Look, I found a cool thing. Cover. A jar cover. You always wanted one of these. For some reason, there are none on the station. Look, snowman. It wouldn't have been a nuclear winter without a snowman. How quaint. The carrot is a nice touch. Are you sure this isn't present-day Detroit? Ouch.
I've been pondering if we ought to allow Detroit slander in that.
Band. We don't have much snow around here right now, thankfully, in my opinion.
We did have a sheet of ice a couple days ago.
Yeah. That was not fun. Also, the power flickering off and on constantly. Not a fan of that.
We are apparently, I don't know about the minority, but a lot of people in the area have been without power.
Yeah.
Since that ice storm. So we're lucky that we just had some flickering.
Right. Okay. Start. So this is 85 years in the future. Prefer snow over the ice. Yeah, that is reasonable. Personally, I'm just glad I don't have to go outside and deal with any of it. Our ice melted quickly. I forget what it said about the snowman. I think I looked at it already. Right. Can I take the carrot? You pluck the carrot and carry it with you. Nice. The snowman doesn't look too happy about losing its nose. It does look kind of sad now.
I mean, would you be happy about losing your nose?
And I bet this person is super judging me now. Talk to man. You greet the man and introduce yourself as Dodger from the past. Hi, I'm Dodger from the past. I come in peace, you grin. You've always wanted to say that. My mission is to fix some temporal hiccup. You're too late, the man says, without looking at you. Was he expecting you? How could he, you yourself, learn you'd be traveling to the future, what, only 1 hour and 85 years ago? Trying to keep track of the timelines confuses you. Too late, you say? The man shakes his head. There's nothing much to try and save, he says. Besides, I failed to find oil today. My fire will die by nightfall, and I won't make it till dawn. We're all going to freeze to death tonight. Oh, welcome to the future. Well, Dodger, what a bummer. First night in the future isn't going to be a night to remember unless you can do something about the man's dying drum blaze. Looks kind of like a Mario pipe, doesn't it?
I guess kinda.
Chimney. It's just as it appears. There's something a bit disconcerting in the realization that you're standing above a house buried under snowfall triggered by nuclear annihilation. Indeed. Ooh. This area is giving me a little bit of Manhunter vibes. I guess just because everything's destroyed and stuff.
Yeah. I think that'll do it. The colors also.
Sure. Is Santa stuck in that chimney? I hope not. You stand in front of a large building. The bottom floor seems to have served businesses while the upper floors were residential. A man stands seemingly aimless next to a hole in the wall. Hello there, I'm Dodger. I'm from the past, you say enthusiastically. Oh, are you now? I'm Jimbo from the future. You're from the future, you ask excitedly? The man's stare is as dead as the cesium-infused ashes on the windowsills. I am not familiar with this word.
It sounds like a science word.
Right. Unless you brought with you something to eat from the past of yours, let me starve in peace, the man finally says. Can we look at the hole? A gaping hole decorates the side of the building.
Can you go in the hole? Ah.
Ooh. Neat. This is great. This place used to be a large-scale aquarium by the looks of it. You used to go to these as a kid. All the tanks are empty except for one, hosting a rather ominously luminous fish. Interesting. Ominously luminous. Try to say that 50 times fast. That's too many times. I refuse.
Can't say anything 50 times fast, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, go to sleep.
Aquarium.
3 a.m.
Go to sleep? Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a good night and get some good sleep.
Yeah, rest up.
Let's look at this fish. You're no marine biologist, but the fish looks quite dead. Its luminosity suggests the consumption of radioactive and potentially hazardous materials. Is this a use for my lead case, perhaps? Let's save. Let's take the fish. Think about it. You wish to obtain a dead fish that's luminous, a clear sign it's radioactive. With your bare hands? Surely not.
I feel like it's probably much larger than your lead case, right?
Yeah, this was also my thought, but it's not going to stop me from trying.
Sure.
I tried put fish in case and it said
push.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Whoops. You're not close. Oh.
Oh, there's a little step there.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice. You retrieved the clearly radioactive fish using the lead case.
I guess it's bigger than I thought.
Now what are you going to do with it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out.
But just to think, if you hadn't taken the fish and you came into a situation and you were clearly like, oh man, if only I had a dead fish in this situation.
If only I had a dead radioactive fish.
Now you'll be prepared.
Exactly. Okay. Hit the end of the line here. What do we have now? Oh yeah, we have a carrot. A snowman's carrot. Ugh. Looks like there's something on it. Perhaps you should take a closer look. It's a good thing I looked at the carrot.
How do you take a closer look at it?
Probably type look carrot.
Okay.
That's my guess. Luminous fish. It's pretty radiant, all right. Doesn't quite whet your appetite. Look carrot. You're about to take a bite of the carrot when you spot a worm munching contentedly on it. It's rather cute. You decide to keep it.
Now you have a pet.
We got worm. You get rid of the partly chewed carrot, suddenly having lost your appetite.
Why not keep it for your worm friend? He was eating that.
Your worm looks rather jolly. Watch out, though. Its teeth look razor sharp. Oh. Interesting.
See, you should have kept the carrot to keep him busy. Now he's going to get hungry and bored and try to eat you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Is it a doctor worm? That's a very good question, 6-7.
Great question.
Find out if you plays the drums.
Climb chimney. Pardon? Enter chimney. You may know what enter means, but this 4 kilobyte parsing processor doesn't. Okay, I did my best.
Go in?
Talk to worm. Perhaps you can rephrase that. We'll never find out if it's a doctor. Take arms. Let's see if we can talk to people multiple times. Talk, man. You fail to strike a conversation with the man. He's only concerned about his dying fire. Future worries, you know. So... I feel like nothing I have is a super obvious solution to any given problem me or anyone else has, but I'm going to try experimenting a little. Let's give this guy a berry. Your request puzzles me. I typed that right, didn't I? Give berry. Pardon? Okay. Maybe I should try give berry to man. The man stares lifelessly at your offering. Okay. Give worm to man. Give fish to man. Do you think the fish would help this fire at all? Put fish in fire. Perhaps you can rephrase that.
Burn fish?
Burn fish. No.
Okay.
Push the man in the barrel. Oh no. I'm not a murderer.
Yet.
Yeah. This guy doesn't want my berry either. Okay. Let's try... Oh, let's talk to Audrey again. You think about communicating with Audrey, but then realize you have no reason to. Okay. Interesting. Examine search chimney. I'll give that a shot. Search chimney. Peering down into the chimney, you see a leg jutting from the snow. You dig a little and find the leg is attached to a body. A little more digging reveals a hand holding onto an empty jar of jam, judging by the label.
Huh.
You retrieve it. It may serve you better than it does him.
Is that jar of jam missing a lid?
That's what I was wondering. It's a jar. It's currently empty. Put cover on jar. Pardon? Okay. Cover jar? You don't have any reason to do that. Okay.
He wound up in a jam.
I do wonder if we maybe need to find something to put in the jar. It looks like it's empty. Yeah, it's currently empty. Isn't Dodger responsible for the death of all the space station, or did I hear that part wrong? I mean, my understanding is we don't really know what happened. It might have been our fault. Try contacting Audrey in the other rooms too. Okay. Use computer. The future stinks, you tell Audrey. Everything is in ruins. That's the apocalypse for you, Dodger. But don't dwell on it. You're not there to write an account of the apocalypse.
Why are you there? I think I missed the very beginning.
I think I'm just trying to fix the time anomalies. Mm-hmm. I kind of forgot, to be honest. Maybe I should have written that down. Audrey, pick up. I think I'm in trouble. What is it? She replies. I found a glowing fish. It must be radioactive. So, she says, don't pick it up unless you can do so safely. Any way to cleanse it of the radioactive toxicity? Not aboard the station, no. Washing materials exposed to cesium with water containing microalgae can do the trick. If you can find any, that is.
Oh, there was something about microalgae in the
past.
In the past. Okay.
Yeah. So we can go back to that little lake and wash our fish there.
Okay. I think I missed the point where you transitioned from the past to the future also.
Here you go again. Okay. Wash fish. Perhaps you can rephrase that. Put fish in water? Surely you don't think to contaminate this lake with the radioactive fish you possess. Clean fish. Maybe we should scoop up some water with our jar?
Yeah, I was just about to suggest that.
Fill jar. Nice. You ladle some water from the lake using your jar, then seal the top with the cover. Perfect. Put fish in jar. Clean fish. Wash fish. I'm doing my best.
Pour water on fish.
Right. Pour water on fish.
Do you need to do that in a different location, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you need to find a fish washing station?
I mean, when fish washing first came up, I was like, oh, do we need to use the dishwasher back at present day? Which might be the case. I guess I'll give that a shot. Let's see, where... I talked to Audrey here. Let's try these other rooms. Ooh. You press a few buttons on your handheld computer and Audrey's face appears. You inform her of the statue and the red scribbling on the rock. She stares at you as if you're off your rocker. You had no idea she was capable of such elaborate facial expression, but it's not like you're used to girls staring at you like that. Using your computer, you take a photo of the red markings and a photo of the statue and send them. A moment later, you hear back from her. This is out of this world. I mean, literally. The red markings are in Margdonian. This is living proof this highly enigmatic alien species visited our world hundreds of millions of years ago. Interesting. This is big, she continues. What was their business on Terra, and how come we've never found any evidence before? Any idea what their script says, you ask? It has something to do with the statue, Audrey replies. It means something like, to awaken me, offer 2 godly gifts. Beats me what that means. This is just like King's Quest VII. Offer 2 godly gifts to statue. So, hello, Hinton. Good to see you. Put berry in hand. You place the berry in one of the statue's hands. After a moment, when nothing happens, you retrieve it. Oh.
What else you got?
Okay, so maybe that wasn't the right thing to use. We could put a worm. Why do I keep typing push? Put worm in hand. You try and put all sorts of items in the statue's hands, but none have any effect. Interesting. Put water in hand. Okay. Excuse me.
I assume you haven't got the right item yet, but I wonder if the fish is anything, given that it is luminous.
Right. Hello, a Maple Mystery. Great to see you. So let's use our remote. Oh wait, I was going to use Audrey in this room. You establish connection with Audrey and tell her about the door and the strange cylinder next to it. Much like you, she's perplexed at finding this sort of technology in your world's distant past. It is clear whatever caused everyone on the space station to vanish was not a natural phenomenon, she says. Watch your step, Dodger. It's becoming clear something sinister is at play. Uh-oh. Thank you for doing that shout out. I can't think of any. I briefly thought about putting the fish in the generator. I'll try it anyway.
You said you typed push again.
Gosh. I like this. If you need a hint, try contacting Cosmic Void. I will certainly do that. David Alexander, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Fortunately, Cosmic isn't far away. Indeed. Let's try that again. Put fish in generator. Your request puzzles me. Okay, let's use our remote, and I'm going to try to use the dishwasher in present day to... oh, that's the first one. Here you go again. Let's see if we can clean up this fish. Let's save before I do anything, in case it somehow blows up. I don't know. Geez, we almost got half the points already.
Oh, wow.
Put water in dishwasher? Nice. You pour the water with microalgae into the sink. Now what? Wash fish. You turn the faucet, but there's no water. Whatever is wrong with the ship has affected the water supply. You hope the problem will get sorted, or you won't be able to wash dishes again. Put fish in dishwasher. There we go. You place the fish in the sink, where you have previously poured the water with microalgae. After a while, you remove the fish, which has lost its luminosity. Well, that's a little disappointing, but I guess that means it's not radioactive anymore?
So now you just have a dead fish.
Right. Which, you never know when you might need a dead fish. The microalgae sure devoured all that foul radiation. It now looks like a regular dead fish. Smells like one, too. You'd probably eat it if you were hungry.
Oh.
A dead fish from the future, indeed. Look at that beautiful fish emote. Hinton says, honestly, most of the fish I've had were dead.
That's true.
True. All right. I'm just curious what happens if I use Audrey in here. Oh. Interesting. All right. Let's go to the future. Here you go again. I'm gonna go ahead and save again. I probably don't need to do quite so many saves, but I mean that's just that's what growing up on Sierra games will do to you. Give fish to man.
That wasn't the hungry guy. That guy is worried about his barrel burning out.
Oh, right. I was thinking he was worried about dying of hunger, but yeah, you're right.
It was a different guy.
He's worried of freezing to death.
Yeah. That's the hungry man.
You offer the hungry man the cleansed fish. Thank you, he says, and takes it from you. That's mighty kind of you. I've nothing to offer you but this winged idol, a little trinket of no great value, but it's all I have. Now, what exactly are you going to do with that, Dodger? And in the post-apocalypse, no less. Let's look at it first. This little statuette of a winged idol is absolutely beautiful. You wonder how much you can sell it for, Dodger. Let's use remote. I'm going to see if we can use that with the statue, maybe. Here you go again. Yeah, the graphics are lovely, and also the time travel mechanic is very fun. Put idol in hand. Yes. You place the winged idol in one of the statue's hands. Okay. So now we need another item. Idol. Offer 2 godly gifts to the statue. So I assume the other one will be something similarly like... I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking of. Like, you know, an item that, you know, is, I guess, unusual or somewhat important seeming. What do we have now? We have computer, berry, worm, and remote. What is that worm for? The worm has super sharp teeth. What if I put the worm on the berry? Would that maybe get me something interesting inside of the berry, perhaps?
That's a very interesting thought.
Put worm on berry. You place the worm on the berry, but nothing happens. The worm is clearly not interested in that. Interesting. That does kind of suggest that I need to find something to put the worm on. Your worm looks rather jolly. Watch out, though. Its teeth look razor sharp. Put worm on door. Your request puzzles me. I tried. Maybe I like this mushroom. You place the worm on the mushroom and watch it munching contentedly on the fleshy substance. After a while, a chunk of the mushroom peels off completely, and you pick it up. To your surprise, it's extremely spongy and... Ew, what's that smell? You've also lost sight of the worm. Oh well, this off to greener pastures better than in your pocket. I hope it enjoys its life in the distant past. Also, I hope that doesn't, like, I don't know, fuck up the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say.
Look. Mushroom. Okay. An exceptionally spongy piece of mushroom. And the smell. Eef. Now, what does that remind you of?
What does it remind you of?
Great question.
If only there was smell-o-vision.
Spongy. It's spongy and smelly. All I can think of is maybe it could somehow be useful as fuel for the other guy's fire. Let's try to put it in here. Okay. Only 10 points to go. Use remote. Let's go back to the future. Let's save. I'm running out of save slots here. Put mushroom in drum. You place the spongy mushroom in the fire, but nothing happens. Whatever is inside the mushroom is truly well absorbed within, for it does not interact with the fire.
Huh.
Interesting. What else do we have? Computer, berry, remote, mushroom. Do you think you can point me to a possible temporal meltdown your timeline may be experiencing, you say, but the man ignores you. He's more concerned with the fact his body is deconstructing itself. That's fair, I guess. The place used to be a large-scale aquarium by the looks of it. You used to go to these as a kid. All the tanks are empty. Can't go back here, right? Okay. Is there anywhere else I can go that I've missed? What could I do with that berry? I see y'all talking about how it was hard to figure out.
I think Chad is also indulging in some puns because the berry is literally tough.
Right. Let's use computer. Okay, so we just got the same response as before in that room. Didn't seem like there's much we could do in the present, but hop in anyways. Talk to Audrey. Don't you have a mission to complete, she says? It's important to use your remote. Remember, if you encounter something out of the ordinary, use your computer to communicate with me. What happens if I push the button again? You've already pressed the red button. You don't care about pressing the other buttons. Okay. Oh.
What? You said push again.
I did?
You just really want to push stuff.
That seemed like such a good idea. The fan is spinning very fast. Its blades are particularly sharp. You know, after that last finger accident, you still miss that pinky. Throw berry at fan. Yes! You hurl the berry at the sharp blades of the fan. Upon impact, they cut through the tough skin of the berry, flinging the chunky seed at you. You catch it and place it in your pocket. Berry seed. A rock-hard berry seed. Interesting. So I figured that out, but I'm still a little confused about what to do with that. I'm thinking about King's Quest 7 again. And in King's Quest 7, one of the items we put in the statue was like I guess we just put ears of corn, but like it was just putting a seed in the statue seems like a thing that might work, is what I'm getting at. So I'm going to try it. Put seed in hand. Okay. It was an idea. Spongy mushroom piece. What does that remind you of? I don't know. I would love to know.
All I can think of is, I don't know, maybe it smells like a stinky dish sponge or something? But I'm not sure if that's what is being gotten at by the game.
But what would I wash though with it?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that's anything. It's just the only thing that comes to mind.
I mean, maybe I could like rinse it off.
Yeah, like, I don't know if this thought is at all useful as far as figuring out what to do with the spongy piece of mushroom. I think I just thought of it because this guy is literally a dishwasher.
Right.
So maybe things remind him of dishwashing. Can you show her things while you're here?
The sponge?
Yeah.
You may know what show means, but this 4 kilobyte parsing processor doesn't.
You're writing do stuff with sponge, but it's mushroom, right? It's not actually a sponge.
It's a spongy mushroom piece.
Sure.
Sure.
But maybe you tried wash mushroom, I can't remember.
The fact that it understands sponge makes me think it would probably accept both.
Sure.
But that is a fair point. Show mushroom to Audrey. Alright, it doesn't understand show. Let's try going back to the future again. And maybe this guy will like my... Did we try the sponge?
You tried putting it in the fire.
Right. Okay. Give seed. He doesn't want either of that. Put seed. I caught myself that time in fire. Perhaps you can rephrase that.
Cosmic Void asks, did you check the mushroom's description? We did, I think.
Yeah.
That's how I got fixated on the thought that maybe it smells like a dishwashing sponge. But I don't know if that's anything. That's probably not anything.
You sniff the overly spongy piece of mushroom. It smells unmistakably oily. The surface of the mushroom is not wet, so the oil must have absorbed well into the flesh.
Huh, I would think that would make it more flammable, not less. Okay.
You squeeze the spongy mushroom over the fire and an oily substance begins to dribble. Before your very eyes, the dying fire explodes into a mighty flame. Thank you so much, the man says. You just helped me survive another night. You can have my crowbar. A good scavenger like you may use it to find more gasoline. You thank him and pick up the crowbar.
Interesting.
Nice.
Who here is a flaming mushroom expert?
Not me.
The Hinton says, I guess now we all are.
Perhaps. Let's examine this. A crowbar, one of the most versatile implements in the universe, used to pry stuff open. And the berry seed, rock hard berry seed.
Hit it with a crowbar.
My first thought with the crowbar is maybe we can pry that door open.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of that seems pryable.
Right. I was almost expecting that poor guy to catch fire. I hope it's time for some breaking and entering. Open door with crowbar. You wedge the crowbar to a spot where you can push the lock. Pushing forcefully, you hear the lock snap. On top of the lock, the crowbar itself breaks. You cast the broken pieces aside, clearly useless now. Okay, are we in? You push open the door and enter. Oh. You're in a spacious cave with what appears to be an artificial pool at the center, with gems set into the rock. Stalagmites and stalactites ring the room. You don't know what to make of it. Is it sort of a shrine?
I also thought it kind of looked like a sardine tin. Like Eden Wraith says.
Where'd my past map go? There it is. It's a very interesting pool. Let's do a save. I don't know if you can die in this game, but it's hard not to think we might die at any given point. Look pool. The pool at the center of the room is clearly man-made. Or is it? Your species didn't exist that long ago. It's half filled with water. Gemstones adorn its sides. Take gemstones. You latch onto one of the gems with your grubby hands, pull and pull, but it remains in place despite your efforts. Get in pool. You think about this for a moment. Then, feeling thirsty, you cup water with both hands and drink. It's quite unremarkable. You decide not to collect any of the water. I want to go for a swim, though. Let me just make sure I can't go elsewhere here. What do I have? Just a berry seed. Put seed in pool. Oh, you submerge the berry in the water. A boring moment passes. You then watch it swell underwater, transforming into a fruit that's thrice the size of the berry you had picked.
Thrice?
The fruit has the scent of honey and grapes. You reach into the water and take it. Fragrant fruit. This fruit looks deliciously juicy. The smell is rather heavenly, too. Interesting. Oh, we're only 1 point away. Is this what the statue wants? Put fruit in hand. You're not close enough. Try over here. You place both heavenly items in the statue's hands. Once you place both heavenly items in the statue's hands, you hear a sound of rock grinding against rock. Then the statue begins to levitate. Its eyes flicker. Then darkness falls around you. A voice comes from the unmoving mouth of the statue. Dodger, thank you for releasing us. You have shown yourself mighty capable. We ask that you join us. Our timeline is in peril. Join you, you say? I don't know. I wash dishes. I do vital work on the space station. Besides, how can I help you with your timeline problem? There's no time for this. No time at all. Our world will soon unravel, and then yours may be next. You must choose. Well, I will miss my job, but I suppose I could do with a little break. For a little while, at least. All right, I'll go with you. Well, Dodger, this adventure is over, but others await. Who would have thought it? You, a washer of dishes, now skipping between timelines, helping alien entities out. What awaits you now? Thank you for playing Tachyon Dreams. If you enjoyed the game, please consider supporting Cosmic Void on Itch or Patreon. Your support may secure future installments in the Tachyon Dreams series. Tachyon Dreams 1, The Radiant Fish of the Apocalypse. Art coding and design by Aviv Salinas. Apologies if I pronounced your name wrong. Oh, it's all going too fast. I do see some familiar names in the beta testers list here, though. Patreon.com/voidbreach. And also here is a link again to Itch. The end! That was a lot of fun. I'm excited to play 2 more of them. Build a man a fire and he'll be warm for a day. Light a man on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life. And back to the title screen. Okay, so I'm going to take a short break. Oh, Patreon name has been changed to Cosmic Void. Thank you for saying that. We'll switch up the game, and then we will continue with Tachyon Dreams 2, The Bloated Can of Space Root Beer. I'm very excited to check that out. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. I'm trying to figure out... Oh, okay. We'll just do a restart so we can enjoy that lovely intro screen. Tachyon Dreams 2, The Bloated Can of Space Root Beer by Cosmic Void. At the end of your last adventure, you were deposited into another world to stop a temporal disaster. Time was unraveling. That was a year ago, and you haven't heard from anyone since. As far as you know, this world is deserted. Why were you brought here? Is it all a big mistake? All you know is you're a dishwasher, and you haven't washed any dishes in a while. Today might be different. Making your way through the jungle, you think you see someone in the shadows. Time to get your tachyon, indeed.
What is tachyon? All I know is it's a science word.
I don't have the answer for you.
Okay. Chat, feel free to tell me what tachyon is, because I'm knitting, so I can't just Google it.
This is an interesting scene here.
Indeed.
Ooh, we got 33 points in this one. Oh, now I understand why the other game, the sound was not at max. It was at like 80%.
Okay, so that's why it's louder.
Yeah, I had to turn it down a little to get a similar volume.
Cosmic Void says, tachyon is a hypothetical particle that travels faster than light. Interesting.
Got it.
Okay. So it's a fake science word.
Let's see.
Well, maybe they don't know if it's fake or not.
Just labeling my maps
Possibly made
here.
up. Tachyon means friendship. Maybe the real tachyons were the friends we made along the way. I love it when Hinton does a Josie and the Pussycat Dolls.
Same. Oh yeah, also, I grabbed this Patreon link to share in the chat. Okay. Just cleaning up my map situation here. Okay. That's one. That's two. Starting new sections of everything. All right, I should draw this little area here quick. Tachyon Dreams 2.
Hello, Bane Two-Face.
Hey, Bane Two-Face, good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Oh, I almost forgot to read the little info on the itch page for this one. So we are now playing Tachyon Dreams 2, The Bloated Can of Space Root Beer. This one was released in March 2022. And once again, here are the links to the games. The adventures of Dodger through space and time continue. Previously a dishwasher, person, not a machine, on board Space Station Penrose, Dodger must travel the space-time continuum and interdimensional highways to save the universe from the I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce this word. Tagorodians? Tagorodians? A bunch of time-traveling thugs in search of the fabled garden world. Tachyon Dreams 2, The Bloated Can of Space Root Beer, is the exciting second chapter in a series of short sci-fi comedic text parser adventure games with EGA graphics that will look and feel very much like the mid-late 80s adventure games by Sierra. Think early Space Quest games. Think AGI. Average first playthrough length, 30 minutes. I bet we can make it take at least an hour. Yes, this is very much inspired by Roger Wilco and his adventures in Space Quest. But in this one, we are playing as Dodger, a dishwasher, not a janitor. So there's our starting point. Let's look around. You're in the midst of a jungle. Before you is what appears to be an altar. The area is eerily silent. The narrow passage leads through the dense... A narrow passage through the dense jungle leads to the east. Let's read the words in the correct order. There's definitely someone moving in the shadows. Oh. Whoever she was, the moment she saw you as she ran straight back into the bushes and out of sight. Chaser. Okay. I was thinking we'd check out the altar first, but that's okay. I'm gonna do this old pause trick so I can draw the screen. This might be cheating a little bit, but that's okay. Probably. Slat Studio says, Chaser? Nah, Dodger. No need to run, you say out of breath. You'll never get the key, the woman pants. I made sure no one would. What key? Don't play coy with me. I know all your Tuggerodian tricks. Tuggero what? I don't know any Tuggero whatchamacallem. You're the first person I've ever seen since I got stranded on this world. I guess you're not a Tuggerodian agent. You don't look the part. The woman spends the next 20 minutes telling you her story. Apparently, a race of aliens called Tuggerodians have devastated her homeworld in search of the last piece of the map to the legendary garden world. Thank you for the tea. The Garden World, a place blessed by an ancient race of aliens and said to contain powerful relics. In their search, the Tuggerodians have traveled through space and time to collect different pieces of the map that shows the way to the Garden World, devastating countless planets in their wake. They almost succeeded, but Tennis hid the final piece of the map. Her mission had landed her on this world, and she's been stuck here ever since, like you. An interesting story, you say when she's done. Are you the only one around here, or is this world deserted? There used to be intelligent life here at some point, judging by the structures in the east. I don't know what happened to the people here, but they had disappeared before I arrived. I'm sure if we put our heads together, we could figure out how to leave this world, you say. Tennis stares at you, unconvinced. Okay. I think we can do it. Between the three of us, we'll figure this out. What's this thing on the... Also, is that just like a very normal looking picnic table? It sure looks like it, doesn't it?
It does kind of look like a regular old picnic table with an extremely large donut on it.
You know what it reminds me of? It looks kind of like a large bowl to me. It specifically reminds me of the bowl in... Is that the first King's Quest? Yeah. That says Phil on it, and you say Phil, and it like fills with stew.
Interesting.
I don't think it's really that similar to that drawing, but it's kind of what it looks like to me. And it also maybe looks like there's a fly in it.
Okay. So I was interpreting that as a hole.
That's fair.
Like it's just a very large donut, and that's the little bit of the donut hole you can see in.
Slat Studio says, used to be intelligent life here, but now you're here.
Oh no!
Her name was... What was her name? Tennis. Okay.
Ah, like the sandals.
I knew it was 5 letters and started with T-E, but...
No, wait, those are Tivas.
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever get back home, you ask Tennis. She doesn't answer. Leave her be for now. Look at table. There's a big brown leather bag on the bench. Okay. Look bag. A big brown leather bag sits on the bench. Take bag. It's probably her bag. Should I save before I do this?
Maybe.
Take bag. You ask Tennis about the contents of the pack. She informs you it doesn't hold much in terms of equipment, but perhaps you'll find something useful in it. Take it, bag and all. The jungle is a dangerous place. Okay, we made the correct choice. As you slip on the bag, she warns you to stay clear of the water. There's a sea monster prowling. She tells you how one time the tide was high and swept her tent to sea. The monster swallowed it whole along with most of her equipment. You thank her and make a big mental note to yourself. Avoid the water. Knowing you, you'll forget about it soon enough. I mean, I kind of want to try to go in the water now, right? You're as good a swimmer as a shark dancing the Roomba. Okay. Can't even go in the water. Oh. Interesting.
Ask that shark if it knows how to Roomba.
It's an interesting footprint over here. Look. Having made your way out of the jungle, you find yourself on a shore laved by steel blue waves. They buckle and crash against copper dunes. There's a footprint in the sand that looks like it was made by a giant creature. Speaking of which, a shark is prowling in the waters in the distance, and it's massive. You better watch out, Dodger. From here, you can go back west or continue east. Oh no, I'm running out of space on my paper. I want to try to go in the water again, so I'm going to save. Oh, here we go. Come on. Give me a death scene. No? Well, I tried. Look at footprints. Looks like the footprint of a dinosaur, yet the only land animals you've seen here are small and akin to ermines and such. Interesting. Ooh, neat.
Fancy.
You follow the shore to the hills. To the north, you see the river that flows downhill to the sea. Before you is a structure whose purpose is unknown to you. Also, I just remembered how there was stuff when we were chasing after Tennis that we... was Tennis, right? That we just kind of walked by quickly and didn't really look at. Specifically, there was... oh, right. The altar and then like big flower that looked interesting. Eventually, we'll get back there. The impressive-looking structure is made of wood and resembles a temple. You guess it was painted recently, for the paint is scarcely faded or damaged, despite the close proximity to the sea. At the center is a massive door. Open door. You can't. It's locked. Oh, good. I'm glad we can't go this way, because I don't have paper to draw over there. Do I? Okay, I have the bag. Bag with a protective leather stuffing. I guess that wasn't a fly on it after all. Oh. Had a seat now. Do you think you'll ever get back home? Okay. We had that conversation already. There's that flower. Oh, something in the bushes. The jungle closes around you like a prowling predator. The bushes are big enough to conceal a bear. A river flows to the south. To the east, the foliage appears to grow less dense. Look, flower? The flower is nice enough and smells sweetly of dew and apricot. Other than that, you're entirely uninterested in it. Can I take it, though? You think about it for a moment and then decide you're not about to start collecting flowers. Look in bushes. The bushes are in many colors. They are massive, allowing an exit only to the east and the west. You see something shiny in the depths of the massive teal bush. It looks like a key. Ooh. On account of the thorns, you can't just reach inside the bush and grab it. So we need some kind of grabber. Or a glove? A gardener's glove, perhaps? Look, altar. The altar is without chips or cracks, as though the elements and the passage of time have left it untouched. On top of it, you spot what seems like a small pool of blood.
Chill.
Okay, so it's that kind of altar. Good to know. Just trying to arrange things better here. Maybe it's not possible to arrange things better. Look at blood. The small pool of blood is fresh. It may indicate the altar was recently used in a ritual. Take blood. Gross, but how would you go about collecting that? That's a great question. I don't have anything to put blood in. Oh, this is the end of the line also. Okay. So what can I do? There's got to be some way to get that key. And probably the key opens the door to the temple? What inventory do you have? I just have the bag. I mean, like, you could potentially, like, you know, put your hand inside a bag and then grab something with it. But, I mean, I guess we can try it. Take key with bag. You have no interest in that. Put bag on hand. I don't know how to rephrase it any better than take key with bag. Oh, maybe. Let's look at the bag again. Oh! Searching the bag, you find gauze bandage. This should come in handy. Well, now after I reach in the bush, I can bandage up my hand that's been cut up by the thorns. Put gauze on hand. The thorns are sharp and long. The bandage is no protection against them. Bag. There's nothing else in the bag. Okay. Gauze bandage for all your wounds. Bag with a protective leather stuffing. Like, It seems like leather would be good for protecting against thorns, but I don't know how to take apart bag. Take key. On account of the thorns, you can't just reach inside the bush and grab it. Like, when I tried to put the gauze on my hand, it made it clear that that wasn't going to be protection against the thorns. Take leather from bag. Interested in that. Ask Tennis about key. You ask Tennis about the map that serves as key to the garden world, but she refuses to speak about it. It's not what I meant, but that's an interesting response regardless. Look at columns. You wonder about their purpose. I do. There could be a temple sunken in the sea, but you can't be sure. That's a good thought. Climb column. You should have picked the thief class if you wanted to climb things and throw daggers. Oh, right, there's no thief class in this game. That's great. I could maybe use the gauze to soak up some blood. I don't know what purpose that would serve.
But it's certainly something you could do.
Yeah, definitely a Quest for Glory reference. Or Hero's Quest, if you prefer. Soak up blood with gauze. That's probably too complex. Use gauze on blood. Aha! For no apparent reason, you dip the bandage in the blood. You then retrieve the soiled material. Fantastic. Just why are you doing that?
For the points, obviously.
I mean, it seemed like a thing I could probably do, so that's why. Oh, we got 6 points already. We're doing great. Would the blood maybe attract the shark?
Ooh.
I don't know to what end.
I was just about to ask, like, what for?
But I feel like that's a good thought. Ask Tennis about blood. Oh. Save again. Put gauze in water. You must have gone completely mad. You remove the soiled bandage from the confines of the leather bag and allow the blood to seep into the water. Within seconds, the monster, up until now disinterested in you, whirls round and barrels straight at you. Now what are you going to do, Dodger? I'm going to wait and let it swallow me. You watch as its massive mouth opens, and before you know it, the world becomes pitch black. The stench of lard left rotting in the sun streams into your nose. Then a rumble moves through the body of the sea monster, and then another. Before you know it, you're spat out at the speed of a bullet. Apparently, you weren't to its taste. How lucky are you? You discover you're not the only thing disgorged. Beside you, bobbing in the water, you find a leather glove, which you pocket. You also discover you're floating in a pool of monster bile. The stuff is burning your skin, so it must be acidic. Judiciously, you quickly scoop up some with your bag. The leather stuffing will assure it won't easily burn through the fabric, or so you hope. Wow, cool. That was a journey. Now we have bile and glove.
Delicious.
The bag is now filled with acidic sea monster bile, the things you collect. A sturdy leather glove. Exactly what I was after. Wear glove. Just wearing the glove will do you no good. What exactly is it you want to do? Take key with glove. Wearing the leather glove, you reach inside the bush and grab the iron key. How clever of you. Yes, how clever of me to simply be swallowed by a shark so I can obtain a leather glove. So hopefully this key opens this door over here. Unlock door. The key fits in the keyhole. You open the door and step inside. Neat. You're inside the circular edifice. Before you is a fountain of sorts made of marble. Perhaps the building is not quite as abandoned as you believed, for a flame burns in the lamps on the ceiling. Or perhaps it is some sort of alien technology you don't understand. Either way, the place is very quiet. Okay. Look at plant. Fail to notice anything out of the ordinary. Okay. Oops. Okay. Look at fountain. A marble fountain occupies the center of the room. It must have seen better days, for no water is being discharged. Instead, the basin is filled to the brim with a hard, gelatinous substance. You're able to make the contours of an object absorbed well within the jello. Take object. Take jello. Your attempts to dig into the jello fail. The substances twist between your fingers, but you can't even break the surface. Okay. Put bile on jello. Your request puzzles me. Pour bile in fountain. There we go. You zip open the bag, and the stench of 1,000 liquefied shrimps punches into your nose.
Delicious.
Luckily, your experience as chief dishwasher has built up quite a resilience in you for ungodly odors. You gently pour the bile you kept in your bag and watch as the acid swiftly dissolves the gelatinous substance in the fountain. Miraculously, the object kept within has survived unscathed. A piece of paper with a few lines of text in a language unknown to you. Cool. You see nothing special. There we go. A single page with text in an alien language. Maybe Tennis will know what to make of it. Show page to Tennis. Ah, you show Tennis the page. Her eyes widen as she starts reading the alien text. Excuse me. She informs you it's a Margdonian poem. The Margdonians, you remember them from Tachyon Dreams 1. They were the fellas who left a scribbling on that rock in the jungle. Oh, right.
As long as it isn't Vogon poetry.
Indeed. Tennis tells you the poem reads, "Sing to me at my shrine's gates, and the path will open." Oops. Sing to me at my shrine's gates, and the path will open. Do we need to sing anything in particular is the real question. These pillars could be the gates mentioned in the poem. You clear your throat and start humming the first thing that comes to mind. Well, I used to wash dishes and I made a living fine, but then disaster struck and everyone got displaced in time. Then suddenly, a portal of sorts has appeared between the pillars. You feel pulled into it. You're unable to resist its lure.
Neat.
You're back in space, Dodger. That portal deposited you far away from the shore. You suppose. You're not suffocating, so this place, wherever it is not deprived of oxygen. Now what? Great question.
Go sing at those gates?
Maybe. Do you think I can fall off of here? Aw.
That's a little disappointing.
Oh. Standing between the two pillars, a gaming board with small colored balls appears before you. You hear a deep voice in the distance saying, "Only the wise may pass through these gates. Prove your worth by clustering same with same." Well, Dodger, looks like you have to beat the game. Press X to leave or R to restart the puzzle. Use the arrow keys to rearrange the balls in such a way that all balls with the same color touch one another. Okay.
Neat.
Ah, okay.
You have to beat the game to beat the game.
Oh. I see. This is interesting.
Maximus said, scare quotes, arcade sequence, and that just reminded me of that thing, a conversation that happened in our house the other day. I was saying the use of the term arcade sequence to refer specifically to the mini games in Manhunter, and as far as I can tell, only in Manhunter, confuses me a lot. Because to me, the word arcade means the place that you go to play video games, and they have all kinds of different types of video games there. So I guess I'm bringing this up now because I'm curious, would you call this an arcade sequence? Even though it's not, like, action-based?
I would not call this an arcade sequence because it's not action-y enough. Like, an arcade game tends to be, something fast-paced because, they want to give you some exciting gameplay and then either get another quarter out of you or get you out of there, right?
Anyway, I believe my conclusion was You should just call it mini games. Everybody knows
Sure,
what a mini game is. It's a game you put inside your other game. If it was a Sierra game, 1/4 wouldn't last long. Oh, I missed Mousimus said, if they had adventure games in arcades, how much play would a quarter get you? One screen.
Or one life. Which wouldn't last very long in a Sierra game. Oh, I just realized there's... So I guess this teal colored one we want to put in the middle. And then it'll have an empty space above or below it. I've missed some chat. Remember those colored candies that would come on a strip of paper and you try to tear them off, the paper would come off with them? Yes.
I don't know that I ever tried to eat them.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
I mean...
I remember seeing them at, like, Cracker Barrel.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think I ever was compelled to ask for them or try to eat any.
I feel like I occasionally got them at Halloween, mainly. That was my main experience with them, probably. I definitely ate them. I mean, I would do my best to get as much paper off them as possible.
What do they taste like?
I don't know, it's just a little hard clump of sugary candy. They're nothing exceptional.
Right.
I can't figure out how to get this all where I want it to. There we go. We're getting somewhere. So close. You've done it, clever clogs. Well done. The path lies open, you hear the voice say. You take a step forward and materialize in yet another place. Well, Dodger, where are you now? You find yourself in a room with tanks that contain boiling green slime, and the heady stench of machine oil swims in the air. That's right, Dodger, you're back in civilization. You turn back to the sound of thunder and find Tennis there. She says after not hearing back from you, she explored in the shore, and when she saw in the portal at sea, stepped in. Looking about the room, she looks as astonished as you are and advises you to explore the room to find out where you are. So I had this thought earlier, and now I'm having it even more. I don't know that we can actually trust Tennis.
Oh.
Oop. I'm a little suspicious.
What makes you say that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just we trusted her immediately and took her for her word. That, you know, she's the good guy trying to protect the key or whatever.
So you're just getting an untrustworthy vibe off of her?
I wouldn't say that she has done anything that gives me a bad vibe. I'm not as immediately trusting as Dodger is, I guess.
I see.
And I guess I don't quite buy this story of, oh yeah, I just was wondering where you were and I saw this weird portal. All right. Sophisticated machinery occupies every corner of the room, and sounds of whirring and clanking come from every direction. Tanks filled to the brim with pools of bubbly green toxic slime dominate the center of the space. So what is this place? In the northwest corner, you find the only sign of normalcy in the room in the form of a drink machine. The room continues to the east.
They got root beer in there?
I hope so. Look at drink machine. What do you know? There's a drink machine in the northwest corner of the room. You wonder if they have beer. Use machine. You consider getting a drink from the drink machine. However, you have no money. You ask Tennis if she does, but she shakes her head. Heck.
Push all the buttons and jiggle it and see if you get a freebie.
Slat Studio says, are you saying the Togorodians aren't world-destroying baddies? I mean, I don't know anything about them. They could still be bad guys. For all I know, she's one of them, right?
Ooh.
Kick machine. One of the cans is moving, but the motion isn't enough to drop it. Push machine.
Haha!
Trying the old but true method of shaking the machine, you quickly dislodge a can of what appears to be root beer. Way to go, Dodger. Watch out, though. Like an old can of expired tuna, it's bloated and emits a funny odor. Still, you shrug and pocket the dangerous-looking can.
Nice.
Yes, I did make it past the ball puzzle.
A bloated can of space root beer.
Exactly. Let's take a look at it. A bloated can of space root beer. Watch out. It's unstable. It's interesting that we still have this glove.
You never know when you might need a glove, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. What else is there to do here? Can I go anywhere else? It's worth checking. Ooh, I can. Geez, we're at 30 out of 33 points.
All this green slime is reminding me of...
Slurm?
Yeah, exactly. The Slurm Factory.
Yeah.
Wimmy wham wham wazzle.
Okay. Look. Man, this place smells. Using your inductive reasoning, you conclude the pipe disgorging green gunk might be the culprit. The steam rising from below tells you it's boiling hot. There's a computer against the wall and an exit to the west, excuse me. Use computer. Remember Audrey? You attempt reading the text on screen. Reading it is harder than you remember. Eventually you realize why. It's an alien language. It's Margdonian, Tennis says, leaning it beside you. This is crazy, Dodger. Margdonian. Who the heck are these fellas, you ask? A race of time travelers who have long since disappeared. It is said that they left behind them a number of garden worlds, planets where they built shrines to their gods, and in those shrines left advanced technology coveted by pretty much all the other races. So you mean to say they created this dump we're currently in, you ask intelligently? I doubt it, Tennis says, but she doesn't sound sure. I mean, it could be, but this doesn't look like a Margdonian shrine. They're supposed to be places of great beauty. If anything, I'd say we're in a Togorodian facility, one where they studied Margdonian tech. Tennis continues going through the files. Listen to this, she finally says. According to this, an emergency exit will open when the defilers become unstable. This could be our way out. I do have a can of unstable root beer. Is there anything else we can do in this room? Look at pipe. The machines around you are loud and produce a heap of waste, but other than that, you can't make sense of them. Hello, Krillin. Welcome. All right, let's do a save before I do something dangerous. Oops, I missed a slot, but that's okay. Let's look at the slime first. The slime in the tanks is bubbly, boiling, and would probably kill you if you got any on you. Get in, slime. You have no interest in that.
Have you been able to die?
I don't think you can die in these games, but that's not going to stop me from trying.
Yeah. I thought about doing a death redemption, but then I wondered if you actually could die.
I'm going to throw this can in there. You tell Tennis of your idea how to create a volatile situation. She nods as you retrieve the bloated, critically unstable can of root beer. You hesitate for a second, then brace yourself as you toss the beer into the tank. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, a low rumbling reverberating within the tank is followed by a hissing sound, and then you and Tennis are violently thrown against the wall. A series of explosions from within the tank shake the entire foundations of this joint. Look, Dodger, over there. Your eyes follow to the spot Tennis is pointing to. At first, you don't see anything amid the thick smoke, but then you make out the shimmering light of what appears to be a new portal. Come on, Dodger, we have to go. Tennis grabs your hand and helps you to your feet. You dash after her, and without having a second thought to contemplate the judiciousness of your next move, you jump after her into the portal. Where will it lead you? Will you survive? Will the Tuggerodians succeed in their mission to find the sacred garden world? Well, Dodger, looks like you'll find those answers in Tachyon Dreams 3, whenever it comes out. Good news, it's already out. Thank you for playing Tachyon Dreams 2, the bloated can of space root beer. If you enjoyed the game, please consider supporting Cosmic Void on Itch or Patreon. Your support may secure future installments in the Tachyon Dreams series. We did it!
Yay!
Tachyon Dreams 2, the bloated can of space root beer. Slat Studio said, Tennis is the only person who doesn't immediately discount Dodger's ability. Robot Spacer, I don't trust her. That is a good point. Eden Way says, I don't trust Dodger. I think that's also fair. One more game to go. This has been a lot of fun. The end.
The end! The exclamation point makes it very jaunty.
It does. Okay. All right. So I get the impression the third game is a little bit longer. Thanks for that follow. Great to have you here. I'm going to take another break, and then we'll come back and play Tachyon Dreams 3. The Rancid Buttermilk from Andromeda. And I cannot wait. Back in a few. Okay, we are back. I've got chat to catch up on. Mousimus said, speaking of Mystery Fest, which is a week-long event on Steam that is well worth checking out. Lots of cool mystery games on sale, lots of demos to play, including Crimson Diamond, of course. Mousimus says, I played Locomotive demo yesterday. The animations in that game are nuts. Only 2 days left to play. I believe that is one I downloaded. I went through and downloaded a whole bunch of games the other day and still have yet to get through all of them. But I will try to get to that one. Lots of chat about the animation. Slat Studio says, maybe it was bad timing for me to release my demo while Mystery Fest was happening. I did not know you had a demo out. Heck. If you wouldn't mind whispering a link to that demo to Unsecret Crush, she can share it in chat. And what was the comment I'm looking for? Masamet said, quote, Arthur Ackerman has 3,866 frames of hand-drawn animation so far. That's too many. That's wild. Okay. Tachyon Dreams 3. So this one was released, oh, that's a typo. My notes say 2021, but I know it's 23. Just last month it was released. Tachyon, this is from the itch page. Tachyon Dreams 3, The Rancid Buttermilk from Andromeda, is the grand finale. Silver, welcome. Thank you so much for that raid. Great to see you all. I hope you are doing well. I hope your PSVR 2 demos were a lot of fun.
Silver, go eat dinner.
Yes, please go eat dinner. Dinner's important.
Lurking, and I saw Kia yelling at him more than once to eat dinner, but he couldn't see the chat.
Oh, geez. Robot's friend, lovely to see you. Kia, great to see you as well. If anyone is not following Silver, definitely recommend it. Thanks for doing that shout out. Plays a lot of overlap in interests with my own. Do sentient AIs need to eat dinner? Certainly this one does, as far as I can tell.
Gotta do hybrid shoutouts because the Twitch native shoutout has a long cooldown.
Yes. Kia Purity is Silver's partner. Also a fantastic streamer, recently playing Shadow Hearts. I like food a lot, so probably, says Silver.
Food is pretty good, I gotta say. Big fan of it.
So,
right now.
Welcome in, everyone. We've been playing through the Tachyon Dreams trilogy by Cosmic Void. Let me try to summarize just a little bit what has gone on here. So we start out, we're playing as a dishwasher. That is a person who washes dishes, not a machine. And we started out on a space station, and something had gone horribly wrong, and everyone disappeared. And we've kind of been on a journey through time and space, and we're just kind of trying to, I guess most recently we've learned about the Tugurodians that are trying to do bad stuff. Let me just read this description of Part 3. Tachyon Dreams 3, The Rancid Buttermilk of Andromeda, is the grand finale to the sci-fi comedy Tachyon Dreams text parser trilogy. In his third adventure, Dodger, that's our main character, explores a barren world, travels back in time to relive past moments, and then journeys to a dark forest on the edge of the cosmos. It is time to finally discover the fabled worlds of the Margnonians, which the greedy Togorodians have searched for all this time. Oh, right. The Togorodians are trying to get to the garden world, which is, I don't know, really great or something? Oh, your link got deleted, but I can hit a button that's got the link there. Sorry about that.
I just put the link to
oh, nice. Thank you.
Studios demo.
I'm just going to click on that to remind me to check it out myself later. Oops. I pressed a button on the wrong keyboard and now I'm using the wrong mouse.
What have you done?
It's fine. I need my other help. It's fine.
Do you need it?
No.
Okay.
I figured out how to do it with the mouse. Okay. We're all good now. What was I saying? This is the exciting third and last chapter in a series of short sci-fi comedic text parser adventure games with the EGA graphics that will look and feel very much like the mid-late 80s adventure games by Sierra. Think early Space Quest games. Think AGI. AGI being the earlier game engine that Sierra used for their games that had graphics in this resolution, and you typed commands instead of clicking on icons and stuff. This one says the average first playthrough is 60 to 75 minutes. So let's get started. Well, isn't this just peachy? After that explosive finale to your Tachyon Dreams 2 adventure, you and Tennis got separated. Now you're stuck in some foreign world, wondering where Tennis ended up. You're not even sure why you're still on this journey or what your purpose is. Your top priority now is finding a way off this barren rock. Once you do, will you hitch a ride back to your home planet, or charge headfirst into the den of the dastardly Togorodians? Good luck with that!
Oh.
Very nice.
That was a very cool screen.
I feel like the art gets cooler each installment. Okay. Get my map started here. Ooh, Mousimus says part 3 is def my favorite. I'm excited. Okay, start. Ooh, 50 points.
The other ones were what, 30 something?
Yeah, I think we had 32 in the first one and 33 in the second one, if I remember correctly. Eden Waith says, I already mentioned it to Cosmic Void, but this feels like it was further inspired by Blood Nova. Interesting. Blood Nova, for anyone that doesn't know, is another game by Cosmic Void. It was a Kickstarter a while back, which I was one of the backers of. And like many games I've backed on Kickstarter, I still haven't played it. But I will. And I'm looking forward to eventually. It looks fantastic. I've watched little bits of some streams of it, and it looks very cool. Slat Studio says, I like the time travel of the first game, but I felt like the puzzles of this game were the strongest. Interesting. Yeah, the time travel mechanic was neat. When were these games released? The first one we played was from 2021 and then 2022, and this one was just released last month. Okay, do we look around? Don't think we did anything yet. The world you find yourself in is barren as far as the eye can see. Man-sized craters pockmark the land like a bad skincare routine. To the south, you spy a large crater. the only noteworthy landmark for many miles. Spectra of empurpled cosmos splash across the sky. You've never felt so alone. Heck. Ooh.
Kitten says, I'm kind of disappointed that none of them were released in the future.
It's a shame. The art in this one is really fantastic. Krillin says, just wanted to say I very, very much appreciated you backing Blood Nova and playing these EGA titles. Robot Spacer and Unsecret Crush. You're welcome. Did you work on Blood Nova? I recognize your name, your username, but that's all I got. Oh, you're a backer. Nice. Okay. You have arrived at the crater you spotted from a distance. It is ringed by tall crystals. Deep, unnatural-looking crevices are found at its center. What is this thing?
It looks like a big ice cube.
Yeah. Look at ice. The game doesn't know what ice is.
Ponder cube.
Oops.
It's not really that cube.
Ponder cube. The game does not know ponder. Look at crevices. They seem very deep. Interesting. I wonder if we... I don't know. Maybe put something in them or something comes out of them. Culinary says, huh? Didn't they release Tachyon Dreams 4 Scourge of the Frozen Mayo Popsicle Stand in 2025? I live in 2023, so I don't know about that yet, but I look forward to it. Can only ponder cubes if they're round. I guess so.
I suppose that was a limitation of the system. One day we'll get cube pondering technology.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see where else we can go. Oh yeah, I just remembered that we never did anything with that large footprint on the beach in the last game. I guess that was just for decoration. Your remote ran out of batteries or something. You mean the time-traveling remote? Oh, you mean my time-traveling remote. I never had one of those. But that does make me wonder what happened to Dodger's remote and computer.
They add cube pondering in Tachyon Dreams.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Can't wait. Are these the only two rooms right now? Am I missing something obvious? Or am I just getting stuck? Let's look around here again. Craters. I guess it did say the big crater is the only thing noteworthy for miles, so we should spend more time poking at it, perhaps. Poke crevices. Doesn't know what poke is.
Examine? Did you try that already?
I don't know if that would do anything different than other than look. They seem very deep. Yeah, same response. Oops.
Look cube.
Reach in crevice. Pardon? Look cube. It doesn't know
Okay.
cube. Let's look in general again. Crystals. Okay. Look crystals. Like a hole in the ground to which the water surges, the crystals seem to drink in the light from one end, then discharge it in a concentrated spillage of hot green luminescence from the other.
Cool.
Fascinating. I guess this is some hot green luminescence over here. Oh. Well, you've stumbled into a real hot spot. Looks like that crystal is acting as a cosmic lens, sucking all the light from the universe and shooting it back as a stream of hot green goo. Time to find some shades, but hey, it might really bring out a nice tan on your face. You're starting to work up a sweat. Oh, I'm getting excited that maybe we can die in this one.
Did this game add death? What if you just stand there?
Yeah, I'm just going to try standing here. It's getting hot in here, and not in a good way. Your nether regions are cooking. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Culinary, I'll do my best. And says, excited to die soon as pro gamer. I didn't even save. Aw, are we not going to die? All right, what could we do with this? It's very hot here.
You don't have any.
I don't have any items, and I don't have any particular goals other than to figure out what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
Like the crater seems like these crevices seem notable somehow, but
Can you touch the crystal?
You're not close enough. Sounds promising. The crystal is warm to the touch, as if, like a lens, it absorbs the light on one end and spills it concentratedly on the other. Hot spot, you say. Let's look at the crater some more. The slopes of the crater shimmer in the dream light of the cosmos.
Is there no other screen to the right or the left?
It seems like it's just the two screens.
Okay.
Let's try pausing here again. I was trying to pause facing down to see if, like, I don't know, we could see anything happening to our face, but I can't. There we go.
Can you try going to the right?
Yeah, I'll try it again.
Okay. Cosmic Void says there is one more room. Or there is another room.
Oh,
rather.
okay.
Oh, the top. Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's two rooms,
okay.
Right?
Yeah. I see.
Can the crystal be pushed? That's a good question. It's getting hot in here, and not in a good way. Your nether regions are cooking. Push crystal. Cannot push the crystal. Not close enough to any of the craters. Ah, kneeling down, you peer into the crater, not really hoping to find anything of worth. But what do you know? There is something in the crater. The cosmos is smiling on you for once, Dodger. You find a short piece of rope and a bottle of super terrific happy glue, the most powerful glue on this side of the Big Bang. In fact, it's so powerful, the glue has stuck to itself, creating a solid, rather useless mass. Okay. You couldn't get a break just this once, eh? I know what to do about this now. I'm not sure if I need to... Aha. Oh, that previous screen might have been some different text. But hey, at least that's solid glue has finally liquefied. You're a real glue melting pro. Let's look at our glue. Super terrific happy glue, now in its beneficial liquid form. Okay. And we also have a rope now. A suspiciously short piece of rope. Borderline useless. Look in crevice. They seem very deep. Put rope in crevice. The rope is too short to tie to anything and still be of use. Use glue on rope. Simply squirting the glue on the rope won't help you, but you're in the right direction. I appreciate the encouragement. Glue rope to crystal. How will that aid you? The rope is too short to tie to anything and still be of use. Well, I said glue it, not tie it. But that does seem like it's too far away. Glue rope to ground. Ah! You've outdone yourself this time. You've used the super terrific happy glue, the stickiest substance known to man, to secure a piece of rope to the ground. Your genius knows no bounds. Thank you so much. But seriously, now what? Now we climb down the rope. You hold onto the rope tightly and climb down the dark crevice. You hope it's not a terrible idea. I mean, I a little bit hope that it is a terrible idea. You'll soon find out. Or not. Ooh. Exciting.
We found an orb to ponder.
Oh, we did. Hell yeah. The game doesn't know ponder, though. What use is an orb we cannot ponder? Okay. It's Orbin time. Ponder orb. Look orb. You see nothing special in the radiant crystal ball. Look. You find yourself in a cave. From the north, immense light is being generated by a machine. Nearby, a man sits on the floor with a radiant crystal ball in front of him. He barely minds your existence.
Teach game to ponder.
Absorbed in his orb, I guess. Take orb. You can't. It's not yours. Okay, fine. Talk to man. As you explore the hole, you unexpectedly come across a man at the bottom. He greets you, and for a few seconds, his eyes are lifeless before they suddenly fill with awareness. He tells you that he hasn't seen another person in a very long time. Out of curiosity, you ask him how he ended up on this world. His story is chilling. He explains that he is the last of the Tugurodians, a race of conquerors who scoured the galaxy in search of relics left behind by the Margdonians, a godlike ancient race known for creating beautiful worlds filled with treasure, which they called garden worlds. Unfortunately, the Tugurodians' zeal for finding these garden worlds was their downfall. They lived only to conquer and loot, racing to the darkest corners of space in pursuit of these fabled worlds. But in the end, their single-minded focus wasn't enough to sustain them, and their civilization began to unravel. In an effort to escape the chaos that ensued, the man sought solitude on this world. Ironically, it was here that he discovered a relic of the Margdonians, a machine capable of doing marvelous things. He tried to study it for many years, but made little progress. The only result of his hard work was a crystal ball, a product created by the machine. From time to time, the ball shows him what his life could have been like had he not spent it chasing the long-gone Margdonians, greedily desiring their relics. He realized that he could have had a family and loved them deeply.
That's rough, buddy.
Jeez. I feel like I haven't saved in a little bit. It's clear we're never gonna die, but it's important to save anyways.
Should I refund the coins redemption?
Probably. But I will continue doing my best to find a way to die.
Okay, well, I'll wait until the stream is ending.
Sure.
To make sure we don't miss
That's
an
fine.
opportunity.
Look in orb. Seems like we don't see anything in it. Let's try to talk to him again. You ask the man if he remembers how to operate the machine. He tells you that he barely remembers, as it was so long ago. Oh, we got a lot of points for that. The Margdonians were travelers, he says, roaming from galaxy to galaxy to enrich local races with their knowledge. He goes on to explain that in order to study the machine's secrets, you'll first have to let it teach you the way of the traveler, and then follow it. Interesting. I'll try die. It doesn't even know what die means. Let's try talking one more time. Okay. Same dialogue. Have to let it teach you the way of the traveler, then follow it. It's a cool machine.
Indeed.
The matrix of leadership. Could be. Look. At the far end of the cave is a machine whose motions generate an immense ball of pulsating radiance. The unvarying pulsation induces a collapsing sensation in your head.
That sounds bad.
It sounds unpleasant. On the left is a terminal with a keyboard. The terminal screen is blank, waiting input. Use terminal. There's no apparent way to operate the computer other than the keyboard. To use it, simply write type and then your input. Okay. Whoops. Type. Let the machine teach you the way of the traveler. What is the traveler? Type. Learn about traveler. Let's just say hello first. Krillin says, I was late to stream, but I'll check out the stream replay of the whole TD trilogy. Nice. Oh, there's a thing on the ground here. What's that?
Blue rock?
Look on the ground. Small rocks are scattered on the ground. You don't need or care for them.
One of them is blue.
You used to pick up rocks when you were 9 and throw them through the neighbor's windows. Are you still 9? No, you're 29. Look. Machine. What could I type in the machine? LS. No luck. Can't get a file list. Yeah, it's a really great light effect. Man Traveler? Let's just try typing Traveler. Oh, okay. You type your query, and a moment later, the following message appears on screen. I was making it too complicated.
Yeah, you're trying to use too complex of a sentence.
I guess I thought I needed to ask a question rather than just like type a search query. The way of the traveler is stargazing. Wisdom is born in the dreams of the stars. Go now, acquire yours. Okay. Wisdom is born in the dreams of the stars. Okay. Climb rope. Grab the rope and climb outside. It's good to be outside again. Gaze at stars. The way of the traveler is stargazing. That was the computer's output. You let your eyes wander from star to star. Like distant islands, their glimmer beckons a lonely mind. The travelers have voyaged through the dark sea unkissed by the sun and then disappeared completely. Was voyage itself their goal? And once done and all the star systems had been visited, their reason to be vanished? Where will your journey take you? Has your fate brought you here to yearn for home? That can't be it. Well, this is the way of the traveler. What would the computer's next prompt be? It's a great question. Oops. Climb down the rope. The man calls you over. Once you let go of the rope, he tells you that after performing the ritual of stargazing, the sentient machine will open up to you. Apparently, it's a particle generator capable of creating every conceivable elementary particle.
Cool.
It can generate charm particles for magic, beauty for symmetry, genesis for new big bangs. It will only generate the particle you need the most to continue your journey. But before you move forward, you must first confront your past, Dodger. Confront my past, you ask? Which particle will help me with that? You already know, the man tells you. You've known since the very start. You insist that you don't, but you do. You've always known, he says. Now you only need to ask the computer of it.
Is it Tachyon?
Godspeed, traveler. I was thinking about dishwashing. The game doesn't know what dishwashing means? It's concerning. I'll try your idea. You ask the machine to generate tachyon particles for you. Within seconds, the electric humming intensifies and the glow becomes unbearably hot. And then, you're back at your apartment. A quick glance at the computer screen shows the date. It's the day Lisu had walked out on you, almost a year ago. You'd had a fight the night before. Her ultimatum had expired. You were to quit your job as a dishwasher and join an electrician school. You were to get a better job, be somebody, shoot higher.
Dang.
You were reluctant. Whenever you shot higher, you got burned. You were done with failing. You had your job and wanted to keep it. Then Lisu had gone. During the big fight, the controller to the front door got busted. The 3 gems controlling it are now scattered about. One of them ended up in your belly. Nice. In her anger, Lisu had thrown it in your direction, and as luck would have it, your mouth was open and you swallowed it. Well, Dodger, you're here to come to grips with your past, whatever that means. If you are to open the front door, you need to assemble the 3 gems that control it, which includes the one in your stomach. Good luck with that.
You just gotta swallow the other one.
Oh.
Then they're all together again.
I thought we could go poop it out, maybe. But your idea also might be easier.
Your idea might be funnier. This is a nice apartment.
Yeah.
Got a nice view.
Bed looks cozy.
Yeah.
What's this orb on the wall, I wonder?
I don't know. It might be like a air conditioner or something.
Could be. $21 points. Open closet. An extra pair of briefs can always come in handy. You take one. Fascinating. A white, clean pair of briefs. I guess we didn't look yet. This is your bedroom. Up until yesterday, you shared this bed with Lisu. There's a closet, a dresser, a bed, a vent, a computer, and an air purifier. That big red thing. Look at bed. It's comfortable. Neither you or Lisu ever cared for pillows. Okay. You bother to check under the bed, but other than dust, there's nothing to find there. Look under rug. You always like this carpet. That's the one thing that belongs to you in this apartment. Everything else is Lisu's. Look in drawers. There's nothing of interest in the cabinet. What is this? Look at screen. Using the computer, you can control all the appliances in the room. Use computer. You could use the computer to add power to the air purifier. The increased airflow could dislodge the gem. Better give it a go. Well done, it worked. The red gem, one of the 3 gems used to operate the front door's control unit, is thrown out of the air purifier due to the increased airflow. You pick it up. You reflect about your reason to be here in your past. Breaking up with Lisu, losing the apartment, moving back in with your parents. What's the point of reliving that day? It's painful. You'll never forget how she made you feel about yourself. Saying you weren't good enough. A red gem, used to unlock the front door. Look at vent. It's a vent. There's nothing remarkable about it. Look out window. Stunning view. All your life you wanted a view of the park with the city looming behind. But with Lisu gone, you would not be able to pay next month's rent. You would move out and stay at your parents' a couple of months before you'd find a place far from the park you love so much in the cheaper part of town. We got a toilet. Bless you. Toilet, better blast it. Look. This is the bathroom. There's a mirror, a medicine cabinet, a toilet, and a toilet brush. Eye care pads, twin line flossers, COCP. Most of the stuff here is Lisu's. The only thing that is yours is a medicine you used to take to treat your lactose intolerance, but it's finished. There's nothing here that you need.
What?
I'm just wondering if I do need to poop out the gem, and maybe I need to find some dairy to make that happen.
Can you flush the toilet? Is it interactive?
You flush and derive satisfaction from watching the water go down. Use toilet. But you don't need to. No, I'll work on that. Look. Tub. It's exactly as it appears. Look. Toilet. Well, there's a toilet, clean and serviceable. You know what it's for. Look. Fan. It's there, doing its modest but all-important job, making sure smelly gases are quickly dismissed. Don't forget to check the mirror. I did look in the cabinet. Look in mirror. It's weird seeing yourself for the first time since the incident on the space stations. Oh.
Hello.
You become so accustomed to viewing your own image, it's as though you're staring into the face of a stranger. So unaccustomed. Excuse me. That was neat. Oh, right. Slat Studio said, what's the name of this game again? And then Eden Waith said something about the rancid buttermilk.
That's right.
That's right. Well, let's see what's in this room over here. This is your living room and kitchen. In the midst of your fight last night, well, a year ago, Lisu busted the front door's control unit. One of the gems ended up glued to the ceiling. Lisu has quite the throw. If you are to open the front door, you'll need to get the 3 gems that control it. Okay, so it looks like I was trying to use a mouse to point at it, but I can't do that. Next to the door, there's like a little thing on the wall that's got like 3
slats.
Openings in it. It looks like. So I assume we do need to put the gems in there. So eating all the gems probably isn't the solution.
That's too bad.
Okay, look at pictures. Lisu's paintings, as in she painted them herself. She loved to paint the countryside. Okay, that is a drum next to the door. This is your living room, or rather, it used to be. It shares the space with the kitchen. There's a drum and a radiator, the front door, and its control unit. In the kitchen, you see the fridge. The blue gem, one of the gems required to operate the front door, is glued onto the ceiling. Do I need to... Like, this drum's gotta be here for something, right? Like, I wonder if maybe I need to bounce something off the drum to knock the gem off the ceiling. 67 says, I thought this was a comedy game, but now I have feels. Ugh. Comedies always sneaking the feels in there. Look drum. Ah, the drum. Used to enjoy playing the drum. Much to the neighbor's annoyance. Look radiator. Used to heat up the room on cold days. Open fridge. The fridge is almost empty. You hoped for some chicken soup. There's one noteworthy item. A carton of buttermilk, which you would add to soups you'd make for Lisu. She relished the thing. You, however, can't touch it on account of your lactose intolerance. Take buttermilk. You decide to take the buttermilk, which, to remind you, is bad for you due to your severe case of lactose intolerance. Oh, I know. I understand. Do we need to make it rancid, is my question. Do I need to leave it on the radiator? Like, it sounds to me like just the buttermilk would do just fine on its own, but we do have the game title.
I don't know that putting it on the radiator would necessarily make it rancid. That's more of a function of time than heat.
I suppose. In a moment of pure insanity, you decide to chug a glass of buttermilk like it's your last day on Earth. That's not wise, you know. Remember your lactose intolerance? Oh, I do remember. I suppose maybe it's rancid when it comes out the other end. Okay, we need to give it a little time. What can I do about that one on the ceiling? Oops. Briefs. Am I going to need that after I have a bad time in the bathroom? What if I use the one gem I have and bounce that off the drum and try to hit the one on the ceiling? Can I move the drum? Your request puzzles me. Push drum. Oh. Whoops. Oh no. What'd I do? One moment. Huh. What?
What happened?
I accidentally hit the command key, which I don't know what that does in Windows. But I lost the Elgato signal.
Uh-oh.
I don't understand why. It's weird because I can still see the screen on the TV. One moment while I deal with some technical difficulties. I don't really understand this. Sorry about that. I was clicking the wrong things in OBS. I'm not ending the stream yet. I don't understand what the problem is. Let's try saving. Actually, maybe I'll be right back. This probably won't take long, but I'm gonna just try unplugging things and plugging them back in. Okay, I still don't understand what happened, but it's fixed now? Okay, thank you for your patience. I will try not to press that key again.
Just don't press the break everything key.
It was weird. I unplugged it, the HDMI connection, and plugged it back in, and that like fixed, like the Windows desktop appeared, but then when I opened the game it went black again, so I just toggled full screen off and on again, and that fixed it. So glad you like the plushies in the background. Let's see, we got Batsmaru, we got on the bottom Baymax and White Rabbit Tsum Tsums, we got Daffodil, my lovely boy Emil, who is holding a little baby Yoda. Got a Hot Dog Man, Amaro? Yeah. And, help me out here.
Question Hound.
Question Hound, thank you. And then, of
AKA
course, Isabel over here.
We need an extra plushie to fill in this gap because Question Hound likes to tip over, and I just knocked over Amaro trying to demonstrate that.
Oh no.
It's fine. But like I said, we need a load-bearing plushie to maintain equilibrium here. Did you drink the milk in this save? That's a very important question.
Yes, I saved right before I closed the game, so we have not lost any progress. So I was trying to.
Oh, we do need a Snorlax. That's a good idea.
Experiment with the drum here. Throw gem at drum. Your request puzzles me. Okay. Can we play the drum? You bang the drum for a minute, but don't derive any satisfaction from it like you used to. If only we had that worm.
I know.
The loud banging causes the gem that's glued on the ceiling to jitter momentarily, but glued it stays. Okay, interesting.
Drum harder, man.
So what's the point of that? Isabel on the pillow looks like she's wrapped in a blanket, and I've seen it that way ever since. That's
very
great.
Good. Isabel herself is a pillow.
Oh no, you've removed her head. Don't do that. Play drums hard. Played drums. Let's do it again. I tried pushing the drum. Perhaps you can rephrase that? Push drum.
Can you climb on top of it?
That's a fascinating idea. No. My thought it was like if I could get it like up against the wall, like right up against the wall, that it would vibrate things more. I don't know. Let's look around again. Drum, the radiator, the front door, and its control unit. In the kitchen, you see the fridge. Use radiator. You turn on the radiator. The room slowly warms up. Perspiration breaks along your spine. After a moment, something catches the corner of your eye. It's the gem on the ceiling. The heat from the radiator is loosening the glue, holding it in place, but not enough to make it fall.
Perhaps some drumming will solve
Now
this
we're
problem.
playing the drum. You bang the drum for a minute, but don't derive any satisfaction from it like you used to. The loud banging causes the blue gem that's glued on the ceiling to jitter momentarily. The glue, weakened by the heat, finally gives, and the gem falls to the floor. You pick it up. You find yourself reflecting on this day you are reliving. You recall your fight with Lisu. She said she wanted you to be your best, and that scared you. Whenever you tried to be your best, you met with failure, and you hated yourself, and she walked out anyway. You effortlessly picture Lisu on the couch reading a book, her head propped against a pillow. Reading was her favorite pastime activity.
This guy got a poop yet?
I know, right? Like, should I drink more? A bottle of buttermilk. Your ex used to drink this slop. You never touched it due to your lactose intolerance. Drink.
If one cup doesn't cut your gut, a second one might get it done.
You must have lost your mind, or maybe you're just feeling adventurous today. Either way, you take another sip of the buttermilk, despite the fact that your stomach is sending you urgent messages that it does not approve. You chug down another mouthful of the creamy white liquid. May the lactose gods have mercy on your soul.
I guess you just hadn't had enough yet.
Like...
Or maybe Dodger doesn't realize that you need to poop on purpose.
Should I keep going? Should I keep chugging it until I need to go immediately?
I mean...
I feel like I might need to. You finish off the buttermilk with a flourish, like a true dairy champion. But little do you know, your victory is short-lived. As soon as the last drop touches your tongue, your stomach lets out a loud growl that echoes through the room. Uh-oh, you think to yourself. This isn't going to be pretty. You can feel the buttermilk sloshing around in your gut, trying to escape the confines of your digestive system. And then, with a sudden burst of urgency, your bowels start to move. Oh no, you think. It's happening. You've got to get to a bathroom, and fast. I'm ready for this. Let's go.
Does this bathroom have a door?
Use toilet. Great question. Not worried about it. In the nick of time, you stick your rear over the seat and let things run their course. You're going to be here a while, you know.
Oh no. Should have brought a magazine.
Hold on a minute. Only half the image loaded. Let's give it another go. No peeking now. Much better. At least now you can retrieve the green gem you swallowed last night. It's not going to be too bad. Passing it, that is. You have some experience in emptying your stomach of things that shouldn't be there. Like that one time in 5th grade when you wanted to prove you can keep a marble in your mouth while eating a popsicle and ended up swallowing both.
Now, why would you need to prove that?
Great question. Well, here it is. You hear the chink of the gem in the bowl. Congratulations, Dodger. You've done it again. You wash the gem to restore its green luster, and then wash it again and scrub your hands. You're now in possession of one of the gems of the front door's control unit. If anyone asks, you can say it came from a place north of Saturn and south of Neptune. Don't forget to change your underwear after this ordeal. You take a moment to reflect on this day you're reliving. You had so wanted to impress Lisu. You got a raise at work. You were now chief dishwasher, but she wasn't impressed. She wanted you to find a better job, take a course, get proficient at something better, which paid more. You said you would take that course, join the electrician school she referred to, but you never did. Change briefs. Having changed your briefs, you feel much better. Wonderful. Hello, Elvish Cat. Welcome. You've come at the perfect time. We are playing a trilogy of short games called Tachyon Dreams. There's a link to them. Hope you're doing well. Replace dishwasher with game dev. Oof. Okay. So we have all 3 gems now. Put gems in door thingy. Control. You insert all 3 gems into the control unit. It opens and a blanket of darkness enfolds you. Where is it taking you? You were told you had to come to grips with your past to move forward. Well, have you? The only thing you can say for certain is that your time with Lisu was a miserable one. The realization is now cemented. There's no more doubt. She wanted you to become someone else, and you offered yourself. So that's that. You were always Dodger, and that's fine by you. When the darkness lifts, you find yourself in the midst of a forest, far, far from home. Tennis! Dodger, it's you! Dodger, Tennis, you're alive! Tennis and you quickly catch up after not seeing one another since Tachyon Dreams 2, where an exploding portal window sent you to 2 different places. Tennis tells you she had traveled from one world to another before ending up here. You embrace, and when you let go of one another, she says this world is one of the Margdonian garden worlds. She's sure of it, for at least a couple of times she's seen their language on ancient relics she's come upon. This puzzles you, for the Margdonian worlds are places of great beauty, and this, you say, is a dark and depressive forest. Voices in the distance startle the both of you. If only we knew where they were coming from, we'd be able to trace them, Tennis says. Otherwise, every direction is the same as the other. Interesting.
What's that thing on the ground?
It kind of looks like a horn.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully this will be enough room here.
Where this game is going to go from here after having you poop out a gem. Will you have to poop out anything else, I wonder?
I feel like we're probably done pooping now, but who knows? Let's look. You're at the heart of a dark forest. You're entirely clueless as to which direction you should take. The narrow paths through the thick foliage offer no clue. Tennis is here. Swallow gem. I don't think we have the gems anymore. You also spot a horn on the ground.
Swallow horn.
We're carrying nothing.
Just swallow everything you find.
Take horn. You pick up the animal horn. It's still got some skin on it.
Gross.
The horn has one big opening on one side and a smaller one on the other. Swallow horn. Your request puzzles me. Eat horn. Perhaps you can rephrase that. I've done my best. Look, horn. A big horn. It has a small opening on one side and a big one on the other. Talk to Tennis. You tell Tennis about your recent adventures, even the painful moments you relived. She tells you she has gone through a similar journey. Coincidence? There's no way of knowing. She concludes by saying she's recently arrived to this world. She turns your attention to the strange chanting sounds that come from far away. Unfortunately, they're too faint for you to be able to tell which direction they're coming from. There was a bit of dialogue about, like, if only you could, like, it made it sound like we wouldn't be able to find them unless we had some way to, like, be able to hear better. I can't remember the exact wording, but I feel like I might want to try putting the horn up to my ear. You raise the horn to your ear and listen. The chanting is of 100 voices in a language that sounds ancient and is unfamiliar to you. The voices rise and fall, hypnotizing you, and you begin to follow them. Tennis trudges behind you. You follow the voices until you arrive at a clearing. Then they stop at once. Interesting. Oop. This is it. We found it, Tennis tells you. You inquire what she means by that. She goes on to tell you the spot will bloom and engulf this dark world, transforming into a unique beauty. This world will become a garden world. I tap the command key again. Why is this all of a sudden happening repeatedly? Okay, it wasn't as fatal a mistake that time. I just had to open the game again. I'll try not to bump the key.
It is Windows, and you could say it being Windows is why this keeps happening.
Okay. This world will become a garden world. You tell her you're not quite sure the conclusion is supported by the evidence, and the evidence itself, a tree and a couple of bushes, isn't much to go by. But Tennis is adamant. This is a very special place, blessed by the Margonians. You ask her what the two of you should do. There's only one thing to do, really, she says. You must communicate with the Margonians who have created this oasis of beauty. They think of themselves as gods, so there is really only one way to speak to them. Pray? 2 keyboards twice the trouble, indeed. Look at tree. Your wandering has led you to a secret oasis of color. The colors are ethereal, like a mirage in the midst of the forest. Let's climb the tree. You can't do that, at least not now. Let's try praying. This is the right approach, but you should pay attention to the details. Kneel. No. Don't have anything. What details am I missing?
6-7 says hallucinogens?
I don't have any, though.
Are there any other screens?
That's a good question. Should try that. Oh, do we need to pray to someone or something? That's a good question. Let's talk to Tennis again. We must communicate with the Mardonians who have created this oasis of beauty. They think of themselves as gods, so there's really only one way to speak to them. Pray to Mardonians? All right, you think to yourself, let's give Tennis's idea a chance. You face the tree and pray to the powerful aliens. You're not exactly sure what to say, so you mutter stuff such as, "O creators of the beautiful gardens, protector of relics, time travelers, please hear us. We've been searching for you for so long to stop the... Well, I don't really recall, but I think I was supposed to help you fight against the Gorodians or something, but I think I failed." "No, Dodger and Tennis, you have not failed," a voice booms at you from the tree. "You have traveled far, sacrificing your past lives to aid us. You've been selfless and tenacious. You have passed all our tests. Never could we have hoped for better guardians. We are leaving this web of worlds to travel to a place that is infinitely distant and very close. Will you be our guardians of this world? Protect its beauty from those who would wish it harm? The garden before your eyes may be small, but its essence will soon burst through to cover this entire world. Accept, and this world is yours, with all its fruits and blessings." You take a moment to let that sink in. The idea of inheriting a garden world excites you, but you're nervous at the thought of taking on such a huge responsibility. You stare at Tennis. Your concerns are mirrored in her eyes. Finally, what do you answer? Yes or no? Shit. I mean, what happens if I say no? I think I need to save. I'm gonna say yes. But I am very curious what happens if you say no. After a moment of contemplation, you make your decision. Yes, I will stay here. You feel Tennis's hand slip into yours. "I will stay here too," she says. You can't help but smile and gaze around and wonder at this beautiful place that you now call home. This patch of color will grow to engulf this whole planet. You are grateful for the opportunity to love and cherish this new world as its chosen guardians. "So be it," the voice says. "Dodger and Tennis, you are our chosen guardians. Relish your presence here and love this world, for it is a labor of love. We will meet again a long time from now. Farewell." And with that, the voice is gone, leaving you and Tennis alone in this world. "Well," you say, "we'd better build a fire." Unexpectedly, Tennis embraces you. Holding you close, you feel a sense of peace and contentment wash over you, knowing that you have a special place in this world and in her heart. Your long journey has finally come to an end. Tachyon Dreams 3, The Rancid Buttermilk from Andromeda.
Congratulations, you've become Adam and Eve.
Yep. That was great.
And there's no buttermilk on this world, probably.
Mousimus. Oh, I'm out of tea. Don't tell anyone about the milk event. I won't. That was fantastic. Silver. Thank you so much for those gift subs to Slat Studio and Saul Sutherland. Always appreciate your extremely generous support. Thank you. Mousimus says, "Yes, I was honored to beta test the game. Thanks, Cosmic Void." Fantastic. Thanks for following, Krillin. Great to have you here. Cosmic Void says, "Oh yeah, the original idea was very much Adam and Eve, but it was tweaked a bit." So I want to back up and see what happens exactly if I said no there. The garden. After considering the offer for a moment, you feel a sense of longing and homesickness wash over you. Your journey has been a long and tireless one, and you are ready to return home. Thank you, you say, but I can't stay here. I'm terribly homesick and just want to return to the familiarity and comfort of home. I can't stay here either, Tennis says. We understand, the voice says. We've asked much of you, and it is only fair that we return you to your own worlds. But as a reward for your sacrifice and tenacity, we will bless you with good fortune. Wait, Tennis says, there's nothing waiting for me back home. Dodger, can I go with you? You feel a sense of warmth and happiness wash over you at Tennis's request. Yes, you say, I'd like that very much. Suddenly, bright light washes over you, and the next thing you know, you're back at your old apartment, which you love so much. Don't go in the bathroom, please. Does it belong to you now? It could be the good fortune the voice has alluded to. Only this time, you're here with Tennis. You feel a sense of hope and cheerfulness for the future. It looks like you have a bright and cheerful future ahead of you, Dodger. Your long journey has finally come to an end. Neat. I appreciate that wasn't just like an outright bad ending or anything like that. It still feels like not quite the right choice.
Right.
Like going back to your old apartment almost makes it feel like you're kind of going to... Hey, I see a Chad Armstrong in there also. It almost makes it seem like you're going to like I don't know, a not a real place. I don't know.
I was gonna say you can have a forest girlfriend or a city girlfriend.
Right. The end. That was wonderful. No longer cursed to be controlled by a Twitch streamer. Okay. So, thank you so much for making these games, Cosmic Void. It was a pleasure to play through them. And like I said, my stream on Tuesday, I will finish Manhunter 2 San Francisco.
So help
and
God.
I'm pretty sure I'm on like the very last segment of the game. It's gonna take me a while, but I'm pretty sure I'll finish it with plenty of time. So as long as that goes to plan, afterward I will play Elsewhere in the Night, also by Cosmic Void. I wanted to follow up with that because it's very much inspired by Manhunter, with very similar graphics and gameplay style, and it looks pretty neat. So I'm excited to check that one out. A week from today, I am going to play Enchanted Scepters, which is a very old Mac game. This is unfortunately all I have left of it, but I'm glad I have this much at least. This lovely little floppy disk. I love the art on this. I love the Silicon Beach software logo. This is one of the very first point-and-click games. Kind of like the first English language point-and-click game. It's like you have a window with graphics. It's a setup that's a little bit like the Mac Venture games. So you have a window with graphics, you have your text on the side, you have menus along the top that you can use for entering commands. You can also type commands, and then you can also click on certain things in the picture to interact with them, like pick up objects and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of a more simplified version of those Mac Venture games. And if you're not familiar with the Mac Venture games, that's Uninvited, Shadowgate, and Deja Vu. I played Uninvited a while back and it was a lot of fun. I am going to play Shadowgate in the near future. But I wanted to check out Enchanted Scepters as well. I played this as a kid, but I don't know that I ever finished it. It'll be interesting to go through it and see how much I remember. Like the beginning areas are very familiar, but I feel like I got stuck a lot and had difficulty progressing. So we shall see. But yeah, Silver said, "Ooh, excited for a Shadowgate run." Yeah, after next week's stream, that'll be my Tuesday game. So much like Uninvited, I'll play the Mac version of Shadowgate first, and then we'll check out. It won't exactly be the NES version, but there's a modern port of what is very, very close to the NES version. It's just it's a little bit of a spruced up UI. That's just the easiest way to play that for me. But that's what's coming up for me. How about you on Secret Crush?
Y'all know.
While I find someone to raid.
Y'all know what I'm doing on my streams. It's Genshin.
Do we?
It's Genshin forever. Genshin for always. But yeah, Monday is gonna be my last stream before 3.5 comes out. So I think the plan is I had to cut off my stream yesterday mid-quest because our Wi-Fi decided to restart itself.
Yeah, that was rude.
I'll wrap up that quest first thing, and then I think we're going to do Alhatham's story quest, which I'm very excited about. I don't know very many spoilers about what happens, other than that there are lots of Alhatham and Kaveh moments. They're roommates. You all know what I mean. Maybe, whatever. Anyhow, and then on Wednesday... 3.5 drops late Tuesday evening, so I'm going to do a special stream on Wednesday, probably getting right into the new Archon quest chapter if I have cleared the prerequisite quests. I still don't know what those are yet. Silver knows what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to find someone to raid here. Can't tell if the stream I'm looking at just ended or is just starting or what. Oh, it says it's only been going 11 minutes, so maybe it hasn't started yet. Okay. I think, unless I get new information on this, I believe we're going to go raid Fractal Mind Mike. I'm using the wrong. I need my other keyboard. And this mouse. Stream title says pre-save and raid hype unboxing big box games I just got, which is very exciting. Absolutely up my alley. Also, save and raid is this interesting little idea to benefit a charity. I can't remember the name of it. The charity is, I'm pretty sure, Save, but I can't remember what the acronym is. But the idea behind this is like somebody starts a game and they stream it and they save, and then they pass it off to another streamer who takes that save file and continues the game.
Fun.
Which is super cool. So we can learn a little bit more about that. I think it's going to be a Fallout game that they're doing this time. And hopefully we'll get to see some cool boxes opened up. I myself just got a new-to-me copy of Myst, and I have on the way Conquest of Camelot, which I'm very excited to crack open myself. But I'm curious what he has. So let's go find out. Thank you all for hanging out. I enjoyed this trilogy very much, and I appreciate y'all being here for it. And again, thank you, Cosmic Void, for making these wonderful games. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you around. Bye, y'all.
Bye.